Yo, yo, yo. What's good? Episode 11, Lucid Squrl Podcast coming at you. I'm Lucid. That is
Squirrel. What's
up, party people? Thanks for being here. We already got, what do we got? We got 14 people in chat already. What's up, Squirrel? How you doing?
How you doing, brother? It's good to see you. Always my favorite day of the week.
Yo, podcast day, baby. Let's go.
Right, man.
We're chilling.
Let's see who we got. I see Mac. I see Death Note, Renegade, Queen Peaches,
all the famous people in chat.
Bree, Natalia, Hottie with a Shotty. So many. Steven.
So many.
Beautiful people. Thank you for being here. Did I see Squirrel Master as well? Yes, I think that's everybody in chat. If you haven't said hi, Future Domino.
Hell yeah.
I am freaking pumped. I am pumped for this episode, brother.
It's going to be wild. It's going to be wild. Retro gaming.
Before we get started, I have a service announcement. I need everybody, if you're on a mobile device, you hit that back button, find that little button that looks like this, and this is what I need you to do. Smash the button. That's for you, Nick Merckx.
Let's go.
We didn't even practice that. That was awesome.
Yeah.
You knew exactly what
I knew what you were going to do. I do it.
Smash that button.
Yo, so if you guys didn't know what we talked about last week going on in my life, the kid was going to get married this Sunday, right? Out of the blue. What?
Kill the music.
Whatever say the music. Killing the music. What? Jesus. Okay. So the kid was supposed to get married this Sunday, right? Well, apparently it was too much to wait. Oh, she totally did it this last Sunday. And so, yeah, I ended up not going to work. I had to work. I didn't go to work. I ended up being up for like 26 hours or 28 hours or some shit. And totally got married in the Conics box in downtown Seattle. Sounds wild, right? But it was way cooler than going to a courthouse. It was actually pretty friggin' awesome. And, and I think I was so tired, I didn't really cry until I hugged her. But I have some pictures to show you guys. So, because I figured, it was called the Shotgun Wedding Chapel. So this is kind of what it looked like inside. I mean, it's literally a Conics box painted pink. So that is like shotgun shells and like a target. Yeah, it's like flowers made out of shotgun shells and stuff. There's the groom. He was nervous as hell. It's, the shotgun at the top and whatnot. And there's my daughter walking down the aisle. And the chick that was doing the service was super cool, like straight Seattle vibes all the way, like random tattoos all over and older lady. She was super cool. She was actually taking pictures while she was talking and whatnot. Yeah, I was the ring bearer, so I had the whole, give them the rings and whatnot. The whole service, the kiss, whatever. There's the happy couple. My daughter was fine until I hugged her afterwards, and then she started bawling, and I started bawling, and it was pretty awesome. But yeah, there's my wife and I with the kids, and it was super, it was super cool, honestly. And it saved me a lot of money, actually. Like, what's a wedding cost these days? I don't know, 20 grand at least, So yeah, that's kind of what was going on there. But it was super cool for what it was. I mean, married in a Conics box in downtown Seattle. Who would have thought, But yeah.
What do you think you were more emotional the day she told you or the actual day of the wedding?
I was more emotional every day leading up to it. The day of, I wasn't that emotional, and I contribute that to, like, I would just start crying because I'm a bitch. I would just start crying thinking about it. And the day of, I was fine. I think because I hadn't slept in so long, I was fine with it. I don't know. I think that's a lot of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I remember checking in on you, and you seemed good. I think you built yourself up to it. You worked yourself up to it that you were good. And also, so we had those technical difficulties last week. There may have been a silver lining because Lucid said he was so freaked out that I was having issues and he was solo that it kept him from breaking down.
I was good. Camera. True.
So,
yep. It kept me from completely losing my mind.
Yeah, it's been a good week. I I hope everyone saw that thumbnail that Lucid put together for this epic podcast. I was absolutely in love with it. It looked like we were all in the same room. So nice job.
How was that? I thought that TikTok was cool too. With the
the TikTok was
retro
awesome.
vibe.
Yeah, shout out. I doubt my fam, my sister or brothers or brother-in-law or future brother-in-laws on here do Nick or Kristen, but he actually just proposed to her on their cruise yesterday. Put a big old ring on there. So if you see dude Nick or my sister out and about, they had a big moment yesterday.
Hell yeah.
We'll go back and watch this. So shout out, guys. Much love to you.
Oh yeah. Congratulations.
Yeah, man, it's been a good week. I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready. We got to bring our guest on. And so I'm going to try to do the best to give this man the recognition, the entrance he deserves. So tonight, if you didn't know, I'm pretty sure everybody knows, we're going to have an absolute legend in retro gaming, arcades, 50s and 90s, cool stuff to the max. Negly97 is his handle or username. He streams on TikTok, he streams on Kick, and he streams on Twitch, all three platforms under Negly. He's actually in chat right now, Negly97. Please snatch him up on all three. He's been recently streaming on TikTok as a cool arcade cabinet display where he plays retro games, and it's just a book of knowledge, a book of coolness when it comes to all things retro gaming. So I'm super excited for the conversation. He's got
Am I frozen? Yep, he's gone. All right. Well, we got Negly in the chat, so let's bring him on. I don't know what happened to Squrl. He was talking like, we got the legend himself. Are you there? Are you frozen too?
I'm fine. I'm just messing with you.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know.
It's all good. It's all good.
Like Squrl was saying, he was feeling we were going to have technical difficulty, and then here he goes having technical difficulties again. That's wild.
I guess I'm the new co-host right now.
You are, 100%.
I guess.
So, introduce yourself. How you doing? Negly97 on TikTok, Twitch, Kick, all the places. Streamer, retro gamer extraordinaire, record holder, all of the things.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about you.
I love long walks in the park and all kinds of fun stuff.
Don't we all?
Yeah, I'll be honest, I'm just like everyone else. I'm just a lot older. That's all. I mean, I'm an old guy that loves playing video games.
Yeah.
Same as everyone else on this podcast. We all love playing video games, and if anything, it doesn't matter how old you are. If you have fun doing something, keep doing it. I've been doing it for forever. Since Atari Pong, really. Yeah. I was probably 5 years old, maybe, until now, which I am a lot more than 5 years old now.
Yeah, I mean, same here. I've been playing since I was a little kid, as long as I can remember.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of fun, and now I have a kid that plays too, so.
Yeah.
It makes things really interesting, for sure.
That's unfortunate. My kid never played. I could never get her into it. But
I never played Fortnite until mine did. Until mine forced me to play Fortnite.
Right. Mine never played Fortnite. Maybe that's why I never played Fortnite.
That could be the golden ticket. You never know.
Right.
You really don't. I'll be honest. I never thought I would play Fortnite. I mean, I played Fortnite, obviously, when she lived here at the house. I played Fortnite for a little bit. And I'm a Call of Duty person like you are. So when I played Fortnite, to me, it felt like everything was in slow motion for me. Just the reaction time. So, yeah. So I played it a couple times. Didn't like it. And then she kind of got me to keep playing it. And, on live on the internet, I can say that I don't hate Fortnite anymore.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. It's not going to be number one, but,
Right.
It is.
I often joke that I'm the only streamer on TikTok that doesn't play Fortnite.
Mm.
I think that's true. 100%.
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, it seems like everybody streams Fortnite and Call of Duty, and it's whatever you like to do.
Yeah, 100%.
It's whatever makes you happy is what you should be streaming, not what everyone else is doing. Don't rely on analytics to say that, oh, gee, there's 10 million people streaming Fortnite, therefore I shouldn't stream Fortnite. No, absolutely not. If you like playing Fortnite, you stream Fortnite. If you want to play Call of Duty Warzone or Call of Duty Black Ops 6, do it. It's whatever makes you happy. That's what makes the stream good, is you being happy doing what you're doing. If you're miserable doing something, or if you're struggling to do it because you're not putting your 100% effort into it, don't do it. It's not worth it.
Yeah, I can 100% agree with that. You have to play what you like, and that's why I play COD, even though COD doesn't get views anymore. Hey, look, who's this guy?
Please tell me part of that intro went through.
None of it.
What intro? I got Lucid's intro.
Hand noises and epic intro.
The first hand gesture is when you froze.
That's crazy.
I can disappear for a minute. If you want to do it again, I'll disappear.
Okay. Well, Here, let's do it. Let's do it now. You guys want to see? You guys want to see his intro? Let's go.
He's here now, though.
All right, well, it's fine. Just pretend I'm not
Sorry,
here.
brother. My Verizon randomly cuts out twice a day, every day, at random times. It just reboots. And I've called and spent hours on the phone with them, and it still happens.
I filled in
Mine
for you.
does the
It's
same
okay.
thing,
It's all good.
I have Xfinity, and it does the same shit.
I don't know what it is.
At exactly 3:00.
Yeah, so a couple of weeks ago, I actually had to reset my router and I had to reset the password. So every device in my house, I had to re-put the password back in, which you don't know how many devices you have on Wi-Fi until you got to do that.
All your light bulbs and everything.
Everything. I think my toilet paper dispenser had to have a Wi-Fi password put into it.
Dino Tamer says you got McDonald's Wi-Fi.
Verizon Fios, so I got a little something there for Zach. All right, so where are we at?
So chat, let's see in chat. What is your
I was just
favorite
co-hosting.
retro game?
Good one.
What's your favorite retro game in chat? How far back, like your childhood favorite game? How about you guys? What's your favorite game that you can think of?
When you say guys, you mean us?
Yeah, you two.
What platform?
Any.
All right, we'll go video arcade, and it's got to be Galaga.
Galaga?
Hands down, Galaga. Pac-Man close second, Miss Pac-Man close third.
I don't think I can pick a favorite on Atari. I would say Nintendo really spurred gaming for me. So like I'll never forget opening the NES on Christmas morning. So commercial. Like just literally Christmas morning, open it, putting Mario in for the first time. And I remember taking the controller, and when Mario jumped, I would move my arms like this to make him jump further. It was so realistic. It was so different. So I mean, Mario, those first couple of NES games that we got are just, that's what started it all.
So I have a lot of good memories with NES, with Atari, but probably my all-time favorite game was Mario Kart on N64.
Whoa.
Mario Kart N64 or Mario Party. Like once I turned like 20, and we'd have friends come over and we'd play that Mario Party for hours, and we'd turn it into like drinking games. And we had a blast.
You mentioned N64. I got to jump in with GoldenEye. I think GoldenEye we wouldn't have all these shooters, first-person shooters, Call of Duty. Like, I feel like everything was birthed from GoldenEye. Maybe I'm wrong. There might have been something else, but man, for me, GoldenEye was cool.
Yeah. Have you tried to play it recently?
Unfortunately, it's not as good as I remember it.
No, I tried to play it a few months ago, and I couldn't play it. There's no way. Nope. No way. Let's see, what do we got in chat? We got Pac-Man, we got Frogger and Street Fighter.
Star Fox.
Star Fox was excellent.
Duck Hunt.
I used to take toilet paper and stick it in the end of the gun when my buddy would go to the bathroom.
Oh, that's horrible.
Miss everything.
That's horrible.
That's devious.
Yeah, it is.
GoldenEye's goated. What else we got? Mario Kart, Pokemon.
I didn't see what Hottie was Shoddy said.
Doom was first. The Pro Power, yo.
I'd say Wolfenstein was before Doom.
Mario Kart. Mario Sunshine.
Wolfenstein 3D.
Yeah.
That set the trend.
And Quake. I remember playing Quake.
Yep, Quake.
Yeah.
Quake was the LAN game. You could play Quake on the networks.
I remember the OG Xbox taking big ass TVs over to my buddy's house and setting them up in a circle and having LAN parties.
Yep, LAN parties were the thing.
Playing Halo. Yep.
There's a guy in chat now, the Pro Power. We used to bring I think we had 9 or 10 people in a LAN party, and we did Call of Duty Zombies. And I'm talking hours of me just holding the same window. Like round after round, Call of Duty Zombies. Like we would get so far. And then somebody would screw up, something would happen, and it was just like, all right, start it again.
It was back before Wi-Fi too.
Well, yeah.
So if someone tripped a cable and unplugged the switch, it was a temporary timeout until you got everything all plugged back in again, and you beat the person senseless if they did it twice.
Did we touch on how the gamer tag Negly came about? Did we discuss that already?
No, we were just killing time, waiting for you to come back. That's all, and hoping that you didn't fry your PC.
Overheated. That potato PC you're on over there.
Yeah. So spoiler alert: I was not born in 1997. I mean, you can. There's no way I was born in 97.
Could have fooled me.
Yeah, I know. So that. Well, first off, Hottie was Shoddy is my daughter, for those of you that don't know. So there's a reason I'm saying that. Because the year 1997 is when I met her mother, so Mama Shoddy. And then I can't remember what gamer tags I had before that, but I was sitting in the room one day and I'm like, I need a new gamer tag. And at the time, like, it was when you were creating new passwords for PCs, it was always think of some object or think of some color or something and then throw a number after it. So I literally looked on a map of the area where we live, and there's a landmark called Negly. So I thought, you know what, we'll just do Negly, and then in 1997, I abbreviated it to 97. And here we are, like, a bazillion years later, and I still have it.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. So there you go. There's interesting
a landmark. I'll have to Google. How many people
there is a landmark
Googling
right now? Everybody's probably Googling. Yes. Yeah. No, that's how it was. It was as simple as can be. But yes, I mean, for forever, I have people that still call me Negly, and they even know who I am. They know my real name, and they'll still call me Negly. Or Neg, yes. So it sticks on you. Yep.
There's a lot of families where, gaming's brought us together. So, like, I don't think I'd be playing Fortnite if it wasn't for my kids. Like, they're the ones that pulled me into it, and I don't think if they hadn't pulled me into Fortnite, I'm not sure that I ever would have started streaming. So, like, it's kind of cool how that all takes place. Like, I have such great memories, of like my girls watching me play like Legend of Zelda on like the Wii U, and they were just so enthralled with the story. There was nothing else that existed but like what was going on in that game, and they didn't want to play. They just wanted to watch. They just wanted to hang out, and like those moments are so precious. So
absolutely.
Do you guys have any moments like that?
I mean, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Hottie with Shoddy, because I wouldn't. I mean, I had streamed a little bit with the PlayStation, but it wasn't anything serious.
Right.
It wasn't until she started getting into it and getting serious with it and then asking me for tech help, and hey, we kind of figured it all out together and figured out how to stream and stuff together. And then along the way, she's met, Mac and Future Domino and you guys and everyone. That's been that's probably the coolest thing, just everybody helping everybody. I think Mac was helping her the other night with, multi-streaming to 3 or 4 different platforms, and I was at the movies. So it's pretty cool that, even though we're not like related by blood, we're all basically a virtual family together. I mean, we look out for each other, and everybody drops everything they're doing to help everyone whenever they need it. So that's probably the coolest thing of having a daughter that's gaming with you, because really, I mean, I'm probably one of the oldest people that are in these communities as well. So, I'm going to admit the very first time popping in, I'm in full-blown dad mode of like, who are these people talking to my daughter type thing. But at the same time, she's an adult, so I'm kind of letting things play out and see what's going on. And, you get to meet people and whatnot. And so I would say the dad hat has come off, and, it's more of kind of like a best friend hat, gaming together type thing.
Try to talk her out of her name, Hottie? Like
No, because again, I mean, it's you. It's something you throw on yourself. I was more concerned about what logo was going to be there. We're good with that. She had someone create that logo for her, and it was awesome. It's really great, and I like it. And
hey,
I just
Negly, can you turn your mic up a little bit? They're saying your mic's a little low.
My mic is too low. How about now? Is that better? Worse?
The chat determined, because you sound good in my headset.
Squirrel's a little loud.
I mean, I don't have it like right here. Like it's not like right here.
Well, that sounded good.
The announcer voice.
Good. Hey, gaming family stuff's cool. Lucid, what about you? Your baby girl watch you play games?
No, never. She's never been interested at all. She got into Death Before Daylight or Death or whatever the hell it's called. A little bit. She played a little bit of Fortnite back in the day with just her friends, I tried playing a little bit of Fortnite with her, but that didn't last long for her. She wasn't very good at it. She didn't really stick around with it. Before she was around, you guys remember Myst? The game Myst?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So my wife and I played that together. Well, I played it. My wife was just so into it. She'd like tell me what to do and that kind of thing. And we played that. We played the OG Silent Hill together.
Okay.
Yeah. And then like Mario Party, that kind of stuff. We play together. Tetris. My wife's more like into Tetris and Dr. Mario and that kind of thing. More of the puzzle games, I guess. So, but yeah, never really with my daughter. She's never been into it. Mostly just with the homies,
I mean, for me, it started like with my family. Like both my parents worked full time growing up, and my dad would work during the day. He'd come home, and then my mom would work at night. Now there was times, obviously, I have 2 brothers and a sister. You get into sports, it's like dad's always coaching the teams, and then when mom comes home, to spend time with the kids. We had the Atari 2600, so it was nothing for my mom to work all evening and then come home, get a shower, come downstairs, and then we just play Atari for 3 or 4 hours, and then eventually we got the Nintendo. We'd play that forever as well. So it's kind of cool. I get to do the same thing kind of with one of my daughters. My other daughter doesn't game, but I can at least do it with Hadi Vashadi of having some fun and gaming together and kind of keeping. I don't want to say it's like a tradition, but it's kind of cool that my mom was gaming with me, and then I could game with her too. So it's kind of full circle, so to speak.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember the Nintendo was in the living room. It wasn't like in my bedroom or anything, because that was like a big deal. It was a big family deal to have an NES back then. And like I remember if my dad had company over or something, like they would want to hang out, which I get now as an adult. But like I would go to your room. I remember I would throw such fits because sometimes my dad would be playing Contra with like his buddy, and I was sent off to my room. And I remember I would just throw the biggest fits, like crying. But there was some really good memories. Like I remember one of the fondest things. My dad wasn't a huge fun guy, but like one of the best moments was playing Contra like with him, because you could play at the same time. Super C, I think, was the title. So yeah, gaming just it just brings you together. It could definitely do that, whether it's now or back in the day.
And I mean, these kids I don't want to say kids, but I mean, you guys have it made. Like all of our TVs are now flat screen, and they weigh 20 pounds or whatever. Whereas growing up for me, the TV was the size of the refrigerator. You couldn't just pick it up and take it to the room with you.
Right.
It was a big ass thing that sat in your living room. So yes, I can understand. You had to go to your room because there's typically just one TV. And I remember when we bought a new TV, that the old TV then got moved into the dining room, and that's where we would play our video games in the dining room until we had to be kind of quiet when a movie was on in the living room. But yeah, things are a lot different now. Now you can just go to your room. Fine, I'll just pick up my TV and everything else and go back in my room with me.
Yeah.
Or you got gaming today on these things. So it's.
I mean, you can hook a controller
We got it
to
made.
your phone now. You know?
Yeah, it's crazy. The world's come a long way in a short time when it comes to tech.
I got old eyes though, so I like the big screens instead of these little phones.
And then there was Death Note's asking about Game Boys. I never had a Game Boy. My parents never got me a Game Boy, and I was so jealous of everyone at school. They had the Game Boys with the flip down magnifier screens and all the bells and whistles. Never had a Game Boy. Never had any of that. Nothing. I had a NES was the only new system I think I ever got. Maybe I think I got the Nintendo. Well, I had a Dreamcast too. I think I had a Dreamcast.
Sega Genesis?
I had no. I had a Dreamcast. I never had a Genesis. I had a Saturn. That's what I'm thinking of. Sega Saturn. Yeah. And I had Road Rash. That was the best game ever on that thing.
The Wi-Fi adapter for the 360.
Yeah, the Wi-Fi adapter.
Yeah, the little bunny ears.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Mine's sitting over here in the ottoman somewhere, but yeah, I remember that.
Crazy it didn't have Wi-Fi to begin with.
We talk about LAN parties, right? I mean, LAN parties, you didn't have Wi-Fi. It was all physical network. You had, if you had 10 people, you had 10 cables laying all over the floor to the switch.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was no Wi-Fi back then. None.
There was
no lag either.
Place in the mall that was just a huge LAN thing. I used to go there and play Quake. Just all a shit ton of computers, and you'd go in there and play Quake with everybody in the room. It was pretty cool.
And prior to that, it was always arcade.
My buddy actually surprised me. He picked up Sega Game Gear. He was out and about, and it was super cheap at a yard sale. He's like, dude, I don't know if it works. I haven't fired it up yet. And he's like, do you want it? I'm like, yes, I want it. Even if I just put it on display or tinker with it.
Right.
I don't know if y'all remember those. It took 12 freaking batteries, and it was backlit. It was color. It came out when the Game Boy was out, but the Game Boy was all gray.
What was it called? Lynx?
Sega Game Gear.
I saw Shonda in chat there about Snake on the phone, and that's kind of funny because I was in high school in the 80s, the late 80s, and that was one of the first things we learned how to program on a PC was the Snake game. So very familiar with the Snake game.
That's cool they taught you that.
Oh, yeah.
That was a programming class.
I remember playing Snake on my Nokia back in the day.
Mm-hmm. Yep, Snake and Poker were the two games I learned how to program first.
Well, Negly, let's get this conversation rolling let's talk about the arcades, the Atari pad. There's so many topics I want to start on. What do you?
Well, we can do arcades. Yeah, I mean, you guys talked about in the malls, right? So the malls are few and far between now. But I mean, when you think about the malls and you think about, well, I tell you what, I'm going Squirrel Master here for a second, jumping around. So like Dave and Buster's. Dave and Buster's is everywhere, right? That's a big chain. So picture a Dave and Buster's, like every single mall had that one store that was just nothing but arcade cabinets. And we're talking, it could be as small as 10 cabinets or as large as 100. I mean, there was a company called Aladdin's Castle, which was pretty popular in all those old malls. And they all had a change machine because all these things took quarters or tokens or what have you. So you would, mom or dad would drop you off at the mall, and they would go shopping in the mall, and I would be sitting there with a $5 bill, just getting a whole roll of quarters and going to town in the arcade. And that was like the entertainment. We didn't have internet, but the malls were huge because that was like a social gathering place for everyone to go in, to, like I said, you could buy food, buy clothing, play video games. Kind of turned into a babysitter, so to speak, for some people like myself. Just arcades in general, I want to say, and you have to fact check me, but I would say like Pac-Man and all them came out like 80, 81 maybe. Mm. And it took off because, believe it or not, there was home consoles before arcades. Magnavox, I think, had an Odyssey, and then I think Atari had Pong, and there might have been one other, we'll call it antiquated, for lack of a better term, antiquated home gaming system. So when these arcade cabinets came out, you've seen me stream some of those games like Galago and all them. I mean, the graphics are crisp, clear, full color. So when those started popping up everywhere, people were like, wow, this is crazy. This is great. It took off like Cabbage Patch Kids. I mean, it was an instant like wave of people wanting to play video games. So they were everywhere. We talked, off screen before the start, we talked about the cocktail cabinets, which were the little glass table with the game underneath. Every Pizza Hut you walked into had one of those.
Those things were awesome.
Everywhere had it, right. So you can imagine going to the gas station to get gas. But gas stations, I hate to say back in my day, but gas stations, you repaired your car. You get your brakes checked. You got your muffler put on, right? And there would be an arcade cabinet there, like a Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man, something. And you would just stay there and wait for your car to be done and play video games. I don't know if you guys have Hardee's, right? It's Hardee's, Carl's Jr., right? Most of those fast food restaurants, for those of you that don't know Hardee's, it would be like a Chick-fil-A today or, any of your big restaurants today that are everywhere. That was like a Hardee's growing up, was like everywhere. They would have a room with 4 or 5 arcade cabinets in them. And that was normal. It was normal for you to, if you could picture going into a Chick-fil-A today, ordering your food, sitting down to eat your food, and then, there's a little room that has 4 or 5 arcade cabinets. And you would just eat your food and then go play some arcade cabinets and then be on your merry way. I mean, they were everywhere.
Pizza Hut was. I remember Pizza Hut.
Yeah. Was like you said Pizza Hut and triggered instant flood of memory.
Yeah.
Like, I remember begging for quarters from Grandma. Mm-hmm. I'll beg the homeless guy for a quarter if I could just go back and play Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or whatever they had in that cabinet.
The Red Robin by me still has a little arcade inside.
Yes. So the Red Robins near here used to have Miss Pac-Man, and then that one closed nearby.
Consoles now.
If I've learned anything in life, and Negly, Lucid, like I think we're all up there in age when it comes to the streaming community. I think Lucid's the oldest, but no, that's a different subject. Everything returns. Everything comes back. Like history repeats itself. Like the things that weren't cool become cool again. Like one day bell bottom, like skater pants are already coming back, Jenkos or whatever. One day
I was big into Jenkos, baby.
Those are coming back. Like and they're super expensive. If you have like an original pair of Jenkos, like you can sell them things for like $800, I think, on eBay. Starter jackets. K's will come back. We have Dave and Buster's, so I think that they're trying to it. I think they will too. I think with our generation, and don't be insulted that I include you two in my generation, so to speak, because I am older than you guys. Iron Squrl, I'll pick on you. If everybody looks behind him, he's got Mike Tyson Punch-Out cartridge back there. There's a picture of the Mike Tyson thing, right? No, maybe. But anyhow, I have. Where is it? I still have these guys, right? So I mean, this was.
I had.
This
one
is
of those. I remember that.
What is that?
So
no.
This is
that?
It's football.
It's football. This is handheld. This is handheld football, right?
Those were so. God, I wish I had one of those.
Yeah, these are. Yeah.
I've never seen one in my life.
It's like I'm gonna try to play this like backwards. Yeah, it's like rudimentary.
Oh, they're so awesome.
I remember being at my aunt's house, like. I'd go to my aunt's house. And this is a reproduction. This is 2000. This came out, but
I used to play that for hours.
As a young kid, I'd say 6 or 7 years old, I remember being at my aunt's house and just spending hours. Like these used to have 9-volt batteries in the back. I would run out. The battery would run out. I'd ask my aunt for another battery.
Those things were so goated.
Yeah. And then, I mean, this one's like basic stuff, right? And then if you were really neat, you could get the one that has pass and kick on it. So this was like the upgraded model that came out several years after this one. It was one of those things growing up that, it obviously my aunt doesn't have this anymore. And, one day, being an adult and having play money, you just happen to go to probably a Toys R Us or something at the time, and you happen to see that, and like that memory kicks in, and you're like, holy shit, I remember playing that thing as a kid. And it was instantly bought it, brought it home and literally played it for 3 hours straight.
I would instantly
just
buy
bring
one
it back to memories. And it is so cool. I don't have it here in front of me, but you guys have seen me stream Nintendo stuff, and I have the Nintendo Classic, so it's literally the miniaturized version of the Nintendo. And it's pretty much the same thing for me. Like, I have all those games on there. It's as if I had my Nintendo sitting in front of me. Iron Squrl cost me some more money the other day by showing me the Pac-Man Edition Atari. So that'll be... Hollywood Shotty doesn't know this yet, but it's going to be my birthday and Christmas gift. So Mama Shotty's going to reach out to her as well. And yes, that'll be my Christmas gift, because it doesn't come out till Halloween.
So what he's referring to is like it's backwards and forwards compatible. It's brand new, but it has an LCD front. It looks like the original Atari cabinet or console. The front has a LED strip where the Pac-Man people like scroll across the front, and it's all like cool retro colored, and it's backwards compatible. So all the old Atari games will work in it, and they're making new games. So when I say forwards compatible, there'll be new Atari games that come out for it. Touch.
So yeah, I can't wait to stream that and fire that up, and everybody look at that like, that's a game?
I need to get one of those
combat, really?
emulators. That would be super awesome. I don't have one. I've never had one. I would love to get one.
Yeah. I don't want to talk too much about it, because it's a gray area with regards to legality. But if anybody wants to emulate this stuff, there's emulators out there that are perfectly legal, perfectly free. MAME is one of them, MAME. I believe it's like Multiple Arcade Machine Emulator or something like that. There's RetroArch. There's a bunch of them that are out there. Perfectly 100% legal, perfectly free. They do not come with the games. That's where the legality piece comes in. So I have all the Atari games that I own. I have them in digital format as a ROM that I could play on the emulator if I want to. I really didn't want to, because I have my original one sitting right here in front of me taunting me. So, I'm kind of waiting to actually stream that one. But at one time, I did own a couple of the circuit boards for some of those games. Now, I've since sold them, but, I used to have 7 or 8 of those boards that I could build my own arcade cabinet if I wanted to, just never had the time to do it. And so over the years, I've acquired some of the stuff that I have. And with today's internet, you can pretty much find whatever you need to find for those emulators. But by law, they can't tell you, oh, hey, here, download these here. But a little bit of research, you can find pretty much anything. And it looks, I've been playing my that MAME 10 plus years. I've been doing that emulation stuff, and it is spot on to the arcade. It is, in my opinion, an exact replica of what's on those chips in those arcade cabinets.
Cool.
Yeah. It is a blast.
I gotta go back some, because I noticed Lucid's reaction when you were talking about Aladdin's Castle. I saw Lucid make a face like he hadn't heard of that before.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of Aladdin's Castle? Maybe it's an East Coast thing.
Dave & Buster's, we don't have them here.
Wow.
So the cool part about Aladdin's Castle was, and I don't mean to steal the discussion from you, Iron, but, with arcades, they took quarters, right? So you had a change machine everywhere. Anywhere there was an arcade cabinet, there was a change machine. You put a dollar bill in, it spits out 5 quarters. You put in a $5 bill, you get 20 quarters, or whatever many quarters it is, and so on and so forth. Well, Aladdin's Castle got smart and decided, you know what? We're going to make coins, Aladdin's Castle coins, that are going to be just a little bit smaller than a quarter, but still work in the video games. And so somehow they changed the coin machines to only accept their tokens. Like if you put a quarter in, it would kick that quarter back out again. So you'd have to walk to the change machine. And it was a brilliant marketing tactic, because if you put $1 in that change machine, you had to spend all 4 tokens, because you didn't want to take any tokens home with you. And then now it turned into a collector thing, which you can still, I think on eBay, still buy them. But that was like every mall had an Aladdin's Castle. Like you're almost guaranteed to have a movie theater and an Aladdin's Castle pretty much right next to a movie theater. It was almost guaranteed in every mall.
Okay.
I forgot all about the tokens.
Yeah, the Aladdin's Castle tokens.
Probably, I've got one somewhere. I know it.
I'm sure there's one. There's somewhere in this house or in my shed. There's one here somewhere.
Sorry.
Same with my old Atari patches. They're here somewhere. I can't find them.
So guys, if you guys are watching this in a playback, we go live every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time over on YouTube. If you're watching this on Spotify, you can see the playbacks on Spotify. The audio versions are on YouTube Music. On where else are we? We're pretty much everywhere.
Apple Music.
Apple Music, anywhere you consume your podcast, that's where you'll find us. But yeah, every Thursday night, you can find us right here on YouTube, or you can catch us later everywhere else. Anyway.
And don't forget to
smash the button!
Smash it!
Yeah, we got, how many we got? We got
down
18,
there somewhere.
18 smashes. We got 18
somewhere down there or there.
22 in chat, 18 smashes.
4 people didn't smash it.
Yeah.
Missing 4 smashes.
I challenged the communities to come out here, and they did. So I wanted this to be like a
22 in chat. Let's go.
I want it to be the year-to-date greatest one of all time.
Subscribe button too. Hit that subscribe button.
And then episode 12 will be even bigger, and then 13 will be even bigger. 14 will be even bigger.
Yeah, they're getting a little bigger every time.
Let's talk about Twin Galaxies. I don't even think
Twin Galaxies. Yeah,
I don't think everyone probably
never heard of
recognizes the name of Twin Galaxies.
Probably not. Yeah. Well, I would say pretty close.
Yeah.
I would say Twin Galaxies is to the video game world as NCAA is to governing college athletes, right? So your college record books are all monitored by NCAA. It's all controlled by NCAA. Olympic organization controls all the Olympic records, so on and so forth. So Twin Galaxies, starting out in the 80s or whatever, became like the official record keeper of world records for video arcades. Billy Mitchell's very famous for being the first person to get a perfect score in Pac-Man. He also set the record in Donkey Kong and so on and so forth. Twin Galaxies was formed to, kind of authenticate gameplay and be kind of I don't want to say like a legal body for video gaming, but if you wanted to try for a world record, you would reach out to Twin Galaxies, and if it was on a video arcade machine and it happened to be in a city where maybe one of the Twin Galaxies volunteers lives, they would go out to that arcade, watch you play, and then verify your score and submit it for a world record. They then expanded it, obviously, because, as we discussed earlier, the arcades have slowly diminished. But to keep things going, we have emulators, and so you can emulate arcade games now. And, you have, like I told you, the Nintendo Classic that I have, the small little Nintendo. So there's different categories now for all this new technology that you can still submit a score to Twin Galaxies and hold, a world record in that particular game based on whatever that platform is that you use. So I may have had one time held a few world records at Twin Galaxies. Yeah. Excite Bike was probably the one I'm most pissed at because it's Excite Bike for the Nintendo, and I've beaten my score numerous times, but I've never recorded the score that I beat numerous times. And I know that I can beat the score that's up there right now.
What?
It's just every time I go to record, or like I did a live stream the one day, and I'm so pissed at myself because I know I can play a hell of a lot better when I'm not recording. And so one day, my goal is to have that record back by the end of the year. So I've been practicing here at the house, not streaming it obviously because I keep messing up. But
holy shit.
I hope to have it back again one day.
You heard it here first, folks.
I'm hoping.
Record holder, Excite Bike. I've got an idea.
World champion.
This could be an epic stream.
I might know a famous person.
But your mods,
when I'm ready,
mods run chat. Let Hottie handle chat. Just completely ignore the stream and just put up there trying to break world record. That would be epic for us to watch you break the world record live.
Hey, I want you guys to make a mental note of this. Iron Squrl just said completely ignore chat.
That is true. He told me to ignore chat.
World record. Well, we can handle mods. Can handle chat.
Ignore chat for any reason at all.
No.
I'll make the disclaimer ahead of time and be like, hey, I'm going to ignore you guys, but I have to because Iron Squrl told me to. mods, do your damn job, what have you. I'll make sure it's not on TikTok so I don't get distracted by,
And you'll have witnesses too, which I would think is that like
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the big things, the recording platform. So it's how I record it. Like I said, if I'm doing, for example, the MAME, right, the MAME emulator, that has a recording feature built into it, and you submit the actual recording file to them, and then they can pull up MAME on their computer and replay that file, and that file is authentic. It's as it was recorded on my machine. It has like a playback that they can watch it frame by frame, second by second. They can pause it, they can rewind it, they can just critique the hell out of it. And that's what we do. I mean, I also watch some of those as well. And anybody can really volunteer to watch any of those and be adjunctors, as they call them. But they really do put a lot of effort into validating that score and validating the effort. And always trying to be innovative, too, by, any new system that comes out, they're going to have something for it. That little Nintendo thing, for example, that came out, and they had a category for it, and all the games that come with it, there's records for those, and anybody here in chat that has one of those Nintendo classics can go to their site. You can view all the submissions that are there and watch them all, and it's pretty wild. It's really wild.
You just have to do like an OBS recording or what?
Well, no, so it depends on the platform. So with the Nintendo one, when I submitted mine, I actually had a camcorder facing my TV. And I did that because they want you to actually video yourself turning the machine on.
Okay.
Because like my device right now is modded. I've remodded mine. I have all the games unlocked on it, and so that really wouldn't be valid for a world record submission. So when I do go for that world record, I'll have a second box there that is just fresh out of the box. But I will record it with a camcorder facing the TV as I live stream as well. But I'll have it so that they can see me actually turn on the box. They can see the startup screen to show that it's a valid startup screen, and they'll be able to see me sitting there, playing it. And if you look at some of the records that are on there, you'll see people, you'll see them turning on a VCR or something, or you'll see them hitting something just to show, hey, I'm live. This is me playing. Right. It's not like I poured a YouTube video and I submitted it for a world record attempt. This is my face. You see me play. You see me turning this on, stuff like that. So it's not that it's 100% required to do that, but from a judging standpoint, it's really tough to tell someone, no, that's not really you playing, when you can see them actually turning on that box and looking at it. So they take it pretty seriously. But it's a lot of fun though. It's pretty neat to see that whole world behind the scenes. It's more than just a little high score table in a game. It's a lot of fun.
A hottie with a shotty wants to know if she can attempt a record.
Well, she would have to come home to do that because the device is here. But, the next time she's home, if she wants to, we can submit a record on her behalf. Yeah, that's fine.
There you go.
And again, whatever you submit, they'll put it on there. So if it's like the 8th best score, they'll put it up as the 8th best score. I mean, it's still you submitting it. It's you taking the time to do it.
There's some other records you've held though, right? That have since, I think you said they've been beaten, but still, I mean, you were on the books. You're on the books still, technically, somewhere along the way.
I'll always be on the books, yeah. I might even be. There's 2 databases. There was a cheating scandal. There was a cheating scandal with Billy Mitchell that went to the courts and everything. And so what Twin Galaxies did was they archived one of the record books and created a new database. So I think I have stuff on the old one. I think the stuff's on my old one with my real name and on the new one with Negly. So you probably won't find the old ones, but you can easily search Negly 97 and find the new ones. But yeah, I have Excite Bike. I think Pipe Dream, Donkey Kong 3.
Okay. These aren't super retro games. I mean, those are fairly new because I was under the impression it was more of the Atari, but you're talking NES, SNES titles, right?
Excite Bike would be NES, yeah, because Excite Bike I don't believe came out in the arcades. I could be wrong, but I never played it in the arcades. I fell in love with it playing on the Nintendo, so that's how I fell in love with it. Just like Link, Zelda.
I looked for it on NES, and it is super expensive to buy.
Is it
really?
Yeah. Yep, it's one of the more expensive games to buy.
It's a blast, though. It's an absolute blast.
Classic.
5 tracks. All the tracks are different. Mine's on track 3, so that's the other cool thing, too, is you have a game that has 5 tracks. So you can go for the world record on 5 tracks. You can take it a step further, and it could be NTSC format, or it could be PAL format. So it comes in, they take into consideration all the different countries that could submit this stuff and what video format they could have to give pretty much everyone a chance to have a world record. It's pretty cool. Twin Galaxies, I think, .org or .com or something like that.
Are you familiar with the title for Switch, NES? I think it's Classics. I have it behind me here. I can go grab it. But actually, the premise of the game is to break world records, and so it's segments of lots of NES classics. So Mario, I don't know if Excitebike's, it's a bunch of games. I could go back and get it, but it actually, if you break a record, like it's probably not tied to Twin Galaxies, but Nintendo has their own archive of like world record holders. And like if you were to play that game and submit it, your name goes on that list.
That's pretty cool.
Yep.
And there's Retro Achievements. That's the other one. So Retro Achievements is a group of developers got together and created some emulators or modified some emulators that you could play a game like Excitebike, for example. PlayStation, Xbox. I know PlayStation for sure. You have like trophies. So you play a game and you might earn a trophy for doing something, right?
It's right there. NES Classic. It comes with a gold cartridge if you buy the gold cartridge edition. It's really cool. I bet you would be in it.
Is that below the pearl necklace? I can't tell.
Sorry.
All right, cool. So yeah, but go ahead. Yeah, Retro Achievements though took the games and so it's an achievement. So as a developer, you could say, okay, we'll take Galaga for example. Galaga, you get an extra man, I believe, at 20,000 points and 70,000 points, and then maybe it's every 70,000 after that, right? Retro Achievements might say, okay, if you have X number score on X level, you get this achievement unlocked. If you make it to a certain level, you get an achievement unlocked. It's kind of like a little trophy case, and you can go there, and it adds some new dimensions to the games. It's kind of like, if you remember like the game Half-Life, and you could do mods, right? You had like Counter-Strike, for example, is a mod from the game Half-Life. Counter-Strike is not a game all by itself, and people get confused and think that Counter-Strike came out and it's an independent game. No, it started as a mod. A group of people, independent developers, took the Half-Life code, created a new game mode where you can buy weapons or whatnot, and Counter-Strike was born, and it's still played to this day. So Retro Achievements is kind of the same thing, where they're adding some stuff that doesn't exist to the game that gives you kind of incentive to play the game and have some fun with the game.
They like your pillow.
That's bullies.
What about my pillow?
No,
it's not a pillow. I was gonna say I'm on this big ass wide chair.
It's comfy.
Man, that's harsh.
What kind of chair is that?
You guys are trolling me.
There we go.
That is pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
NES Edition World Championship. So 150 challenges from 13 different titles, and like the challenges are just wild. So like
that's insane.
Like this right here, it's how quick can you collect. Remember going down the pipe? I think it's in level 1.
Yes.
And there's that stack of coins. How quickly can you collect those? And it comes down to the millisecond if you want that top spot. You know, it's all about motion.
Yeah. So Retro Achievements is kind of the same way, but for the emulator world. Where, yeah, if you can, like Excitebike, for example, which I'm pissed at because there's no way this is possible. But, my world record, I think, is like 1:03 or 1:04, somewhere around there. And like the Retro Achievements, somebody's doing it in like less than a minute. And there's no possible way you can do it in less than a minute. I've played hundreds of hours of this game. It's crazy. There he is. There he is. He's right there in the lower corner.
They got it. He might be running out to buy this game.
So that's for the Switch, though, right?
That's for the Switch. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have a Switch in my collection.
Not yet.
No.
Not yet.
I mean, my birthday is coming up. Hint, hint, hottie.
Atari, Switch 2. Just go ahead and get a Switch 2.
Switch 2. Just go for Switch 2.
Don't cheap out and get a 1.
And then I have to get that.
Yeah,
they still making fun of.
He's famous.
Are they still making fun of your pillow?
Back, man. It's
really?
And I got a new alien now. Instead of aliens, it's going to be back jokes. Yeah. This is a Amazon chair. It's a no name. It's cool, right?
Oh, really? It looks like I thought it was a Herman Miller.
Like,
I was like, damn, you fancy, bro.
Nah.
Looks like a $1,500 chair.
It's got nice lumbar support, but yeah,
Does it come with an ottoman though? Because mine has an ottoman. I can just stretch my feet out and just lay back here and game.
This pillow is awesome.
Mine's like a mini living room back here, so I don't
support.
That's why my wall is so plain.
That's the comment of the day.
Yeah. My wall is plain because this is like a little mini living room.
Hell yeah.
But I got stuff all around. You guys saw I've got Monopoly games over here and Star Wars. What else you want to know? Open book.
You mentioned something that piqued Lucid and I's interest. So what you had to use back in the day to communicate while playing multiplayer games. So before Discord and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Telephone.
Discord didn't exist. Discord, wow. All right, so first off, you had a LAN party, right? So we had a LAN party. You could set up it was called Roger Wilco. It was slipping my mind for a minute, but the application was called Roger Wilco. And I think Microsoft bought them out at some point to form their, I want to say their Lynx phone system or phone software or whatever was based on Roger Wilco. So you could probably look at Roger. You say Jar Jar again, Haley. I will hang up the stream. I'm reading chat. She knows I'm not a Jar Jar fan, but we'll cover that later on. But where were I? So I was. She got me all good on that one. Oh man. So Roger Wilco was this application that it didn't require a server. You ran the piece of software and you could talk to each other through your headsets. And you also had a server version that you could run a server and people could connect to your IP address and you could basically talk, right? So that was the voice aspect of it. We didn't have video aspect. So that was great at LAN parties. Now, when I started using this, we were gaming on modems, 56K modems. And most people in chat have no idea what a modem is or what 56K is. But if you could picture playing Fortnite and let's say you have a laser for a sniper rifle, okay? Gaming on a 56K modem, if I'm aiming at you and I swing to the right, my dot stays right here. And then maybe 10 seconds later, my dot goes over there with my gun. That's called lag. You guys hear about latency and lag? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why my generation is really good and we complain about lag not nearly as much as you guys do because we're used to going like this and then the light follows it afterwards. So our minds are trained on lag and how to play with lag. I does it too. So that was kind of the early days was that. And then you went to, I think TeamSpeak was next, and TeamSpeak, I believe, still exists today, but it's in a different format. I think it went dormant for a while and then came back to.
TeamSpeak is probably the earliest I remember.
Yeah,
TeamSpeak and Ventrilo.
You know what? Ventrilo was first. Ventrilo was first, and then TeamSpeak, I believe.
Yeah, I remember.
But those required servers. Yeah, so you had servers with certain slots.
You had to pay for servers in order to use it.
Yep. So you had slots, just like in Discord. So Discord, your voice channels, I think by default you get 16 people in a voice channel or something like that, and then if you hit it with Nitro or whatever, you could bump it up 32 slots or whatever. That's how TeamSpeak was. You started off with a free version, which was 4 slots, which with we called them clans at the time. You guys call them alliances now or groups. Your clan could be in there, and you had 4 of you guys. You could all talk together. And then if you wanted to have more, then you bought another bank of 5 slots, and they literally pressed a button. And you got 10 slots instead of 5. So that was the early days. There was no video whatsoever. You had 0 video. It was all through voice communication. So when you're playing some of these games, you had to be very descriptive of where you're at, what you're doing, who you're with. Team Fortress Classic, which probably most people don't even know what that game is, but Team Fortress Classic was a mod for Half-Life. I would say it's probably between that and Counter-Strike, the foundations of most of our first-person shooters that we have today are based on those games, where it's a team-based game where you have different classes that compete. And so without having a visual reference with people and talking with people, you just had to be descriptive. Hey, I'm sitting in the basement. I'm sitting over in this corner. You'll see in games today like Fortnite where it tells you your location. It tells you where you're at. And you can tell people by reading that screen where you're at. When we played, we didn't have that visual reference. We also didn't have any bullet reference on where bullets are coming from. You had to basically describe what you're experiencing in the game to everyone that you're playing with so that they had an idea of just how much trouble you're in. Yeah. And, if it's a capture the flag game, it was very important because, you have someone that's a medic that can go and heal people. And so as the medic, your priority obviously is not getting the flag. Your priority is helping my teammates live, because even though you did have respawn, if it's a 5v5 game and 4 of you are dead, you're not really going to win capture the flags.
You might be goated though.
Well, you could poison the other team and then they'd walk around like zombies, like they were sick, and they would eventually die. So that was
what would you say the average delay was
on the 56K game days? You could not play the sniper class. You really couldn't. Someone had to be stupid and standing still. to get them with a sniper. Quickscope did not exist. So I would say if you had like the heavy machine gun person where you could just spray and pray, that was like your best match. And they had the Scout, which was like, the Scout had 0 armor. The dude could die on one shot, but he was like so fast. So, you know, if you knew people that were on like DSL at the time, which was like the upgrade for the internet is DSL. So when DSL started rolling through, you know who the DSL people were because they were the Scouts. They were just zipping by. You couldn't even see the person with your flag until it was too late. Like you'd see like this little flash go by, and then all of a sudden there goes your flag down the road, and you're like, what the hell am I gonna do? Like, whatever.
That's crazy. We complain. Yeah. I see Fortnite streamers complain now about a half a millisecond.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I'll take it. Yeah,
a millisecond.
When we all started getting high-speed internet, it was a game changer for those of us that were last to get internet. We became the better players. And I'm not tooting my horn or anything, but the people that struggled the most on 6K became your top players because they were used to playing with lag. So now, like, the highway's open. Like, I have an open road. There's no more traffic jam. I'm doing 110 with no resistance whatsoever. And so that was why you could tell the people that had just got DSL because they're just lighting up the servers. And, you know, I was accused of hacking numerous times, and it wasn't. It was just we just got high-speed internet for the first time, and now I've caught up to you, and now I can play just as good as you can.
I remember I built a computer back in the day. It had a Radeon 9800 Pro graphics card. So that graphics card was literally this big compared to this big now. It had 1 gig of dual channel RAM. That was when dual channel first came out, and I had 1 gig. That was massive, right? I had twin SATA hard drives, and they were each 30. That was screaming system back then. That was, when was that? That's probably 2004, maybe?
You ready to go back in time? This is going back in time. You mentioned SATA drives, right? SATA drives, that's like futuristic generation stuff when I was in college.
Oh, yeah.
When I was in college, I think the largest hard drive you can get was like 100 megabyte. That's megabyte. That's nowhere near even a gigabyte. Megabyte. So, yes. So, but the Windows operating system was like that big as well. I mean, it fit on a couple floppy disks and you were fine, whereas today you need half a hard drive just for the OS.
We were talking about it before we started. Installing a game back in the day was install, in DOS. You had to manually install every single game, basically writing code to install a game, inserting 5.5-inch floppy disks into a computer.
Yep. Typing it out too. You had to type it out.
18 of them for one game.
Yep.
And it would take like 6 hours to install one game that was like nothing compared to today's games.
Yep. In today's world, it would be like CD space Fortnite, and then you go into the Fortnite folder, and then it's like Fortnite.exe.
Yeah.
And then hit enter button, and then your Fortnite loads. Whereas now I don't have a controller. Well, I have a controller next to it. Now it's literally just using a controller, and your game's all right at your fingertips.
I don't think I ever had a game on floppy. I mean, I've seen a floppy disk, but seriously, it would be like 18 floppies. Like,
like one game would be a stack of them.
Yeah.
To install one game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. I remember this it was black and green like lines, and it was like a jet flying game. I don't even remember what it was called.
Oh, yeah.
And it was literally probably 12 floppy disks to install this game. Mm-hmm. And by today's standards, it was complete garbage.
Oh, yeah.
But back then it was absolutely awesome.
Yeah, and I mean games then too. When you look at like games today are more, I want to say like microtransaction based. They care more about the aesthetics, the as opposed to playability. They want the cool skin, the cool weapon thing. When you talk about those games with the diskette or even with the early CD games, they were built for playability. So they were a lot harder back then. Like when you put a game, you installed a game back then. You spent hours and hours playing that game because the developers made it that difficult on purpose because they wanted you to get your money's worth out of that game. If you spent $20 or $30 on a game and beat it like an hour later, that would be like, thank God there was no internet, but there would be like the worst publicity ever. So these games were designed so that you have to get up and turn it off and walk away for a couple hours because you just can't get through this thing.
I miss the days of the good campaigns because I enjoy a good campaign, and now a campaign you can beat it like a Call of Duty campaign in like 5 hours, and You know, it's just,
Yep.
it's all about the online.
And they're
they want to get you online just so you can buy more
Mhm.
shit. You know? That's what it's about.
I was
Like you can't even play co-op campaigns anymore.
I was watching Negly stream a couple days ago. I think he was playing Galaga. He was playing a couple of different games, and it made me appreciate how difficult those games were. So for anybody that hasn't played like an Atari, I think it was all Atari games you were playing that night. I forgot how difficult they were. So we talk about streaming COD or streaming Fortnite, even streaming F1. You know, you can't take your eyes off the game for too long. Well, in COD, you could hide in the corner somewhere. Fortnite, you could hide in the bush or corner somewhere. F1, I guess you could pull off to the side of the road. But in those Atari games, there was no pulling over.
No.
There's no pause button.
Yeah, Galaga, those freaking things they're going to keep coming at you. If
Yeah.
it's Centipede, that thing's going to keep coming across the screen. Like,
And you'll hear me
really
talk
hard.
to myself too. You'll hear me say, "Don't get stuck in the corner." So Galaga, you get stuck in the corner, and you know, you guys know with TikTok, like that there's stuff going all the time on TikTok, and so for me, it's
very hard to multitask.
you know, and it's like shit. I'm in the corner again. And you'll hear me say, "Stay out of the corner," because that's me reminding myself, "Hey, I'm looking at chat. Stay out of the corner. You know, don't drift." It's I mean, it's a lot of fun. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy doing it, and I think you had disappeared when you froze. Lucid and I were just talking about streaming in general, and I said, you know, you don't stream something because everyone else wants that. You stream it because you love doing it, and that's what's so fun with me with playing Galaga and Donkey Kong and all those other ones. Is I enjoy playing it. I grew up playing it. I love playing it, and it's kind of neat to see other people that hop in that have never seen it before, or maybe they have and they've walked away from it for a long period of time. Of, you know, making the memories and reliving the memories and stuff like that. So that's what, for me, makes it pretty cool with streaming. The retro stuff is, you know, there's a lot of people that are this is brand new for them. They've never seen this type of game before. And to see their reactions like, wow, this looks really cool. For me, it's like, yeah, this is a 40-some-year-old game. That's this is not brand new technology by any stretch of the imagination, but it was fun. So that's what I like. That's what I love doing about it. To be honest with you, is if you're gonna have some fun and you're gonna stream, why not do them both? You know, it's a blast.
Yeah,
And who knows?
Challenge.
Yeah,
Definitely a challenge to stream. I remember Squirrel Master was doing a retro game too. It might have been an NES title, but he made the comment like, damn, I don't remember this game. Like, he couldn't beat a level. It was like Yoshi or something.
Yeah.
And he was like, I don't remember it being this hard. Like, this is difficult. Like,
he was helping me.
Older now.
Yeah, I fired up Mario Brothers, and I got to Bowser on Mario Brothers, and I had a brain fart. I'm like, what do I do? I can't remember what I do. And I'm just sitting there.
You gotta time that jump perfect to get over those hammers.
Yeah, and I blacked out. I'm like, damn, you know, here I am streaming, and I can't even do the game. But that's what chat's for, you know. Chat's there to help us. You know,
cool.
walk us through the whole thing.
Yeah, I think I need to start retro stream. I need to start doing it.
Go for it.
I need to get an emulator or something. Old school NES system.
I've got a Switch. I really want to stream some Switch titles. I tried it once and I had all kinds of audio issues, but now that it's been a while, like that was earlier in my streaming career. So maybe now I'm technically inclined enough to figure out what the hell was going on. But back then I couldn't figure out and just gave up.
I switched emulators when I stream because in my headphones I could hear this crackle noise, but chat couldn't hear it. It was really weird, but it drove me up a wall because I'm used to how a game sounds and how it feels. And just having that crackle come in there was just driving me up a wall.
You just use like a capture card or something?
Not when I emulate. If I play Nintendo, yes, that's through the capture card through HDMI. But when I'm doing like Galaga and all them, that's through just the emulator on my PC. So I'm just doing game capture through OBS.
I'm thinking just some kind of emulator separate from my PC that I can just buy with all the games on it. You know what I mean?
Like one of those
Then I'd probably need a capture card
consoles
for
with
that.
like 1,000 games.
All the different everything.
Familiar with the Raspberry Pi?
Yeah.
All right, so this is a Raspberry Pi. These things are less than $100, right? And they just take regular little SD cards in them. I'm going to take this out of the case. This is literally all the bigger that is, right? And it has just a little... There is an application called RetroPie that you download it, you save it onto here, and it's a full emulator. Now I can't get the thing back in. But yeah, this thing becomes your emulator. And what some people have done is there's sites out there on the internet where you can download the blueprints on how to make a gaming cabinet, an arcade cabinet, similar to what I use when I stream. You can make that, and then you can just mount this thing inside of it. This is full HDMI. It's got full HDMI in it and everything. And people buy these all the time. Put RetroPie on it, and obviously you have to obtain the ROM somewhere. And I keep looking over here because the screen's over there, but the camera's over here. Sorry. So they just buy these things and build those cabinets, and you basically have an arcade cabinet that plays however many games that you want to put on there. And these cards are so small, but there's probably 9,000 games on that thing. So yeah,
That's crazy.
That's
but
crazy.
I'm having trouble with the HDMI output on that one, so I think I have to buy another Pi for that one. But once I do, I'll just plop that card in, and I'll put that in a capture card, and I'll be streaming that one next. So it's a blast. I have a joystick laying around here somewhere that I built that ties into the USB port on that thing, and it's as if I have my multi-axis joystick and the actual push buttons and everything.
Nice.
It's a blast, and I said, those things are less than $100.
So I've heard you mention Half-Life a couple of times, along with Quake. I know we'd mentioned previously in previous conversations how you thought those games really created the foundation for what we see as online gaming now. Do you want to...
Absolutely. Yeah, sure. Like Half-Life, for example. I'd say the cool thing about Half-Life is it really immersed you into a storyline. And you talk about campaigns with Call of Duty, that's basically a storyline, right? And what Call of Duty does is they put you in a storyline so you can get familiar with the weapons, get familiar with the environment, see some of the maps. With Half-Life, that's what the game was. It was a storyline. So you were a scientist, an experiment went apeshit, radiation went everywhere, and you're just kind of escaping Black Mesa alive. And of course, everything is radiation poisoning or what have you. But what's cool about it was you're playing the game, it's a single-player game, but you're following the storyline. And where different levels would load, instead of it having like a Donkey Kong where you have one screen and then that screen changes to another screen, with Half-Life, you would walk into like an elevator or something, and as the elevator sound is playing, it's loading the new level. So then the elevator opens up, and you're out in your next level. And so the game was pretty seamless that way, where you didn't really have stopping points, where some of the older games where it would say like loading level 2, loading level 3, you had to sit there and wait for that to load. This was like seamless coming through. And I really feel that the game developers saw that and realized that, hey, this helps the gamer's experience by not having them sit at a loading screen and watching some status bar go across until it loads. It's kind of like if anybody's been to Disney World, you have the queue lines in Disney World where you're waiting to go on the ride Disney World and you have no idea because there might be a TV playing or someone coming out talking to you. It was kind of the same thing. It's something to distract your mind as the level's loading, and then the game just keeps on going. And then throughout parts of the game, it would stop and there'd be a puzzle, and you'd have to complete a puzzle to make it through a room, for example. Maybe some pipes had fallen or something, and you had to jump on a certain pipe a certain way, or turn on a pipe to turn steam on. There was always something in there to kind of break up the monotony of a linear storyline. And so that's what that game, like I said, it changed my life, because that really, really, prior to that you had Wolfenstein 3D, you had Quake, you had Doom, but those were not on the same level as a Half-Life game where it's a storyline. The previous ones, they were all just, you're shooting aliens and shooting whatever, and Duke Nukem comes to mind as well. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't like a true storyline where you're part of a story and you're living through this story to progress things. And from Half-Life and from Valve, which was the developer, that's when we started to get, I want to say CGI, but it's not CGI. Your video games today have like true motion player, like your arms are moving in true motion. That all came from Valve and all them through their technology that they started. I think it's like motion capture is what they call it right now, where you have the little balls stuck on you and everything.
Right. Yeah.
So they were using that as well, along with facial expressions and mouth moving. So a lot of the characters in Half-Life, they will start talking to you, and their mouth is moving as they're talking. Again, it's a little, barbaric, because it's not compared to like today's, where it looks like you and I are having a conversation in the game today. It looks real life. But still, it was kind of state of the art, because prior to that game, you didn't have that. Like, with Doom and everything, you didn't have a monster talking to you. You pointed a gun, you shot at it, and you got 10 points, and you went to the next screen or what have you. Whereas Half-Life, you're interacting with the NPCs throughout the entire game, and those NPCs are kind of helping you through the game. But to see their reactions, their body movements, their voices changing, the mouths moving, it was like we had never seen this before. And then throw in puzzles and stuff like that into it. I truly feel that game kind of pioneered a lot of the stuff that we have today. It's probably based on, developers playing those games. I mean, you look at Fortnite and Call of Duty, and there's so many similarities between those two, and they're completely different developing platforms. One's on the Unreal Engine, the other one's not on the Unreal Engine, maybe. They're different developers, but there's similarity. There's seasons. You have Warzone, you have the storm coming in. All these similarities because, you're borrowing the ideas from everyone else. We do it in streaming as well. I watch Squirrel Master stuff all the time, and he has that retro TV sitting up there. And I saw that, and I thought, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life for a stream, because we're used to having, your gameplay take up the whole screen, right? So the game plays the whole screen, maybe your little webcam's up here, and then when I saw his TV, I'm like, damn, why didn't I think of that? That's pretty wild. And with TikTok being a vertical streaming thing, like the arcade cabinet made perfect sense, was let's do that. And I think game developers kind of do that as well. You're not going to sit there and say that, hey, I'm developing for the game Halo, but I like playing Call of Duty. But maybe there's something in Call of Duty that I like that maybe I'll incorporate some of that when I'm programming the next chapter of Halo. And so you see those, there really isn't any like intellectual property with regards to
ideas.
These little ideas and things. It's when you get into the textures that you're using for the levels or the characters, or that's when you get into the the legal IP stuff. But when you look at Call of Duty and Fortnite, they're kind of the same thing. It's just one looks more realistic than the other one. The gameplay and the principles are kind of the same thing.
I never played Half-Life, and now I feel like I missed out on something.
I've been sitting here trying to figure out, because I know I've played it, and I've been sitting here trying to remember Half-Life, and then it just clicked. As you explained it, I remembered it, because I remember, I want to say, I remember Valve, because I remember the logo, and then
the guy with the little knob in his head.
And I remember, I think it was on Steam, and I remember when I downloaded it, I was like, what the hell is Steam? I was like, get the hell out of here. I did not want Steam. I was like, what the hell is Steam?
Steam came after the fact, yeah.
Yeah, some extra bullshit I got to download. I don't want it, But I remember Steam really pissed me off when I was trying to play Half-Life.
Yeah.
As you were talking about it, it started to click. And
I'm going to have to stream a walkthrough then. It's been a while since I played the game, but
Half-Life.
Half-Life, yeah.
So,
you can YouTube it. It's on YouTube. You can find all the
these
walkthroughs.
Memories are coming back from my decrepit dementia. Valve made Halo, right? Or no?
No, that was Microsoft.
That was Microsoft. It was Bungie. It was Bungie.
Bungie.
Yeah.
What else did Valve make? Like I clearly remember other games with that logo that you're talking about, Bob.
I'm trying to think. You had Half-Life. You had.
I gotta go. I'm gonna have to pull clips of Half-Life and refresh my memory. I can't believe I didn't play it. Was it? What console?
They released it on the Xbox. They released you're probably thinking Portal. Portal was from Valve.
Portal.
Yeah, Portal's where you shot the holes. Left 4 Dead. Yeah, Left 4 Dead was one.
Okay.
Left 4 Dead was like a co-op.
Team Fortress.
So Team Fortress Classic. Yep.
Portal.
They've got a lot of bangers in.
Episode 2.
Yeah.
Counter-Strike.
Mobile Counter-Strike's one of the top-rated games in the world on TikTok.
Feed the Lab. There's a bunch, yeah.
There's a mod you can find out there called Hostile Intent, and I know one of the developers.
See, I was never an Xbox person. I'm still not to this day, honestly. And I remember the jump to 64-bit. All my friends jumped on PlayStation's bandwagon, and I held off and stayed true to Nintendo and got a Nintendo 64. And I would always say, well, I don't have any loading times, because they were still cartridge-based. Everybody else was like, CDs are the future, And I'm like, no, I got my cartridges, which I'll still stand by that. I still think the Nintendo 64 was better than the PlayStation
when you talk about load times, do you remember the whole Xbox, PlayStation, the Blu-ray / HD DVD battle that went on?
Oh, gosh. I bought my buddy that he had an Xbox, and so for his birthday, I bought him the HD box attachment. It was like $200. Meanwhile, I had my PlayStation. We won that battle. Blu-ray, baby.
Well, you had Blu-ray players that were $1,000, right? If you wanted to buy a Blu-ray movie and get a Blu-ray player, it was $1,000. A PlayStation 3, I think, is when they first did Blu-ray, was PlayStation 3, if I'm correct. Yep. And that was like $400. So it was, people didn't realize it though. People were still spending $1,000 on a Blu-ray DVD player and then turning around and buying a PlayStation.
PlayStation 3 was freaking goated. I will say that, yeah. All day long.
I have the silver model that's backward compatible, but it's a part in a closet somewhere.
I've got the OG PS3 in the garage, then I've got a second PS3 on the shelf behind me, and then I've got a PS4. There's also a PS4 back there.
I've got the box to my OG PS3 as well, like the backwards compatible thing. I almost traded it in at GameStop, and the GameStop guy told me to get my ass out of the store and keep it. He's like, do not trade this in. He's like, these are in high demand, keep it. And that was like 5 years ago.
Yeah, I've got the big PS3 that's shiny before they got smaller and flat.
Yep.
Yeah.
See, I'll have to watch this with Mama Shadi, and I'll fast forward to this spot right here. Well, actually, like 30 seconds prior to this one, because I still have most of my original boxes for stuff. And she, all the time, it's like, why do we need this? We don't need this box anymore. Throw it away. I'm like, no, I can't throw away my box. So I have my PlayStation 3, 4, and 5 box. I have my original Half-Life game. I still have that box sitting somewhere. I have my Quake 3 Arena box, which was... Quake 3 Arena had the Collector's Edition tin box. So I have that one.
I'm so bad with boxes. I have a massive gun safe sitting next to me, and on top of the gun safe is every box for everything I have in this PC. even the packaging for the RAM sticks, you know.
Mine's in a box upstairs.
Every single... I have the monitor boxes still in the garage. I have I finally threw away like the Stream Deck boxes and all those. But yeah, I like the microphone box.
Yeah, look, there's Hottie the Shoddy boxes. True story.
I need the box for this. This is a very expensive mic that is very resellable. I need the box for that.
Okay, that's fair.
You know, box for the Rodecaster Go XLR. I have all those boxes because you can resell that stuff.
Yeah, that's true. I like video game stuff. I save all the boxes now. Like,
I wish I did. I wish I would have been smart and kept my Dreamcast and my Sega Saturn and that kind of stuff. But I was stupid. So.
My Sega Genesis with my Mortal Kombat I pawned that all off a long time ago.
I was in college at Longwood University. It's a college in Virginia. And I remember I applied for my first credit card freshman year because I was, 18 and a half or something. And I got approved. It was probably shitty too. I bet you it was like $500 limit with 89% APR or something. But anyway,
probably.
Do you know what I maxed that thing out on? Freaking Dreamcast. I remember I got the credit card to get the Dream. I was the coolest kid in college. I had a Dreamcast in my room and everybody was blown away.
Yeah. I had the original Xbox on release date because I pre-ordered it. I had the original Xbox with the box. I had Halo, Project Gotham Racing. I had like a shit ton I had every release game with the original boxes, everything, and I lost it all in a house fire. Yeah.
Man.
Damn it.
Sorry, I'm sorry. House fires terrify the shit out of me. Well, at least you're good. Family's good.
Yep.
But still, man, you lose so much memories. And...
You do. You can always replace those, though, at some point. You got to throw enough money at it, you can get it. But, you are only you. You get one try at life, and that's it. So.
Well, the thing about it is the popcorn ceilings in the house was asbestos, so the stuff was fine, but they threw it all away because it might have asbestos in it.
Man.
Yeah. Yep.
That's a pain in the ass to get off, too. We finally got rid of the popcorn ceiling in our one room.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
This whole house.
Mount Rushmore of video arcade games.
I mean, just video arcade games by themselves. Galaga, obviously. Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man. I have to put Donkey Kong. Even though I'm not good at it, I put Donkey Kong in there just because it is one of the OGs. And my fifth one, man, I'm not sure what I would put for my fifth one because there's so many that I love to play. I'd probably say Frogger. I'd probably throw Frogger in there.
Oh, yeah. You were playing that the other day.
I love playing Frogger. Love Frogger. Yes.
It's good. Anybody in chat that hasn't caught Negly 97 on TikTok, man, please make sure you drop in and follow it. It's absolutely fantastic. It's a pleasure. I'll share them out. I've been sharing them to everybody. I shared them to Zach one time, and I said my new favorite streamer, and he got all butthurt. He was like, "What did you say?"
I'm gonna need one of those NESs from you, by the way. Ryan's flexing in chat. I'm gonna need one of those from you.
I see that. He's got a Dreamcast. That's kind of tempting for me.
Why do you need 3 Genesis? The 2 of them not work?
N64.
Yeah, I might need a Genesis and a 4 from you.
Did they change the Genesis? Like, is that why you have 3? Like, PlayStation 3, for example, started off with the silver model, and then went to the all-black model, and then the thin model. So there was multiple models of a PlayStation 3, but I don't recall Sega Genesis having multiple models with it.
I don't know.
And the N64 did. They started coming out with all the crazy colors and the clear cases.
And if you don't need one of them, I'll take it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I think I saved this last question for last because it probably will hit home for many of us. But personal struggles, challenges with streaming, how you're overcoming them. That was one of the talking points you hit. And I think that's probably a conversation everyone wants to hear and probably discuss out.
Oh, boy. It is, all right, Gen 1, 2, and 3. That makes sense then, Ryan. Perfect. Struggle, I'll tell you what, the biggest struggle for me, number one, I was streaming just through the PlayStation, nothing fancy or what have you. And I wasn't really enjoying it. I did it more kind of a, hey, you can integrate Twitch with your PlayStation 5, why don't you try it? And I did. And that was pretty much it. So for me, there really wasn't a whole lot of like, just because I'm a tech guy, it was kind of cool that I could do something like that and play the video back. And I was looking at more of like a Twin Galaxies thing of, maybe I could submit a record this way or what have you. And so I put it aside and kind of stopped streaming it. And then, obviously my daughter gets heavy into streaming. And, I mentioned that we play video games together all the time. And so I thought, what the hell? Let's do it. Let's get back into streaming. She's shown me that, hey, this actually is a lot of fun. And you're meeting a lot of people, so why not try it? No clue what I'm doing, obviously. So, like everyone else, you got to kind of learn on your own type thing. And I really, really struggled with what should I stream? Because I play everything. I literally play everything. But everywhere you go, they're like, oh, you need to focus on one game and one platform and this and that. And I'm like, I don't want to. I want to stream a whole bunch of shit. So that was my biggest struggle.
Streamer.
Biggest struggle for me was sitting there and deciding what to do. And retro, it's probably my main thing that I wanted to stream a lot because I really enjoy doing it. But I'll still stream the other stuff too, just probably not as much. But that was probably my absolute biggest hurdle was just trying to make that decision on what should I do. And I fell victim to playing the analytics game, and I shouldn't have. And, it's one of those things they really kind of don't tell you, but they do tell you, but it's not really, when you look at all these videos, they're all focused on, hey, make a whole ton of money doing this. Hey, make a whole ton of money doing that. That wasn't my intent. My intention for streaming is not to supplement my income. For me, for streaming, it's more of an educational piece of showing people what's out there, having fun doing it. I have a full-time job just like other people do as well that's not streaming. So, I don't really need the money for it. But at the same time, it's me that's on that screen. It's me that's doing the stream, so you have that sense of self-pride when it's like making a product, that product has my name on it. So I want to make sure, and that's the other struggle I think I had was I was trying to be too perfect with it. I was trying to have these guys all know who Courage is. I was trying to have a Courage stream right off the bat. And you can't do that. You've got to take baby steps and go through it. But you have all this, you have all this pressure though of everyone saying, oh, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that. I would say ignore it. Yeah, you're going to have some shitty streams to start off with. I still do. It's there. I like the fact that I have some streams that are absolute bombs. Because I can go back and watch that stream and look at that and learn from that. And say, oh, you know what? There's numerous times I'm looking like this instead of at the camera. I've kind of trained myself from watching my own streams of me talking like this away from the camera, that in my mind now, I'm training myself to focus on the camera. My new struggle today is playing Galaga and trying to keep track of who joined my stream, who gave heartbeats. So I rely on TTS like crazy, Squirrel Master. We all have the welcome to my stream type thing. I have it so that I don't miss somebody coming in. And so I've also thrown in some audio cues that, every time Squirrel Master pops in, it sings happy birthday. I know Squirrel Master's here, right? So I know it's there. And so sorry, man, I like to pick on him, But for me, that's like, okay, now I know that that person's here, and I don't have to look away. I don't have to look at chat. I can sit there and say, hey, thanks for joining my stream. Thanks for coming in. You know, it allows me to focus on the game, focus on the stream itself, but at the same time, I'm not ignoring my chat. I'm not ignoring the people they're giving up their time to come watch me do something that I enjoy doing, because everybody's time is valuable, and I realize that. You know, I'm super appreciative just of being here with you guys. You know, if someone's going to take the time to come in here and look at me and watch me play, like, I want to acknowledge that they're there. I want to thank them for being there, you know. To me, that's more important than getting stuck in the corner on Galaga. But it's a struggle. It really is. Like, I'm part of Good Game Society, and they're a great group. You know, shout out to Audio and his group. And I had a humbling moment the very first TikTok stream that I did, because they all came full force into my stream. And it was pure chaos, pure panic, because... And you probably can't tell. You could probably tell if you look back at that video, but I was almost to the point of, like, having a panic attack. Because I take a lot of pride in acknowledging people coming into my streams. I want you to know that, hey, I'm thanking you for taking your time to be here. The money part doesn't matter to me. It's more important that you come in and you just want to see what I'm doing, maybe engage in chat, say hi, say whatever. And when you have 30 people pop in right off the bat, and they're dropping heart me's, and they're dropping, you know, the TikToks and the GGs and all this stuff. Like, my screen, literally, it scrolled like a slot machine. It went so quick. And I froze for a second, because it's like, I'm in a situation that I am in a vulnerable moment right now, that I can't freak out in front of everybody. But I was freaking out on the inside. Like, I was legit freaking out, because I felt horrible for not acknowledging all those people coming in. Kind of like celebrate, hey, here's the new guy, let's give him some love type thing. And here I am, like, you know, froze like Squrl was earlier today. So, you know, those are the struggles. Is if anybody's like you know, new to streaming or whatever, you know, because again, we're gonna have exactly just like that. You know, for those of you in 2030 when you're watching this video and you want to start streaming, I'm gonna give you some advice. Don't listen to the YouTube videos or whatever platforms out there today. Focus on one platform first. Get comfortable with that platform, and then worry about a second platform.
And don't be afraid to be cringe.
Exactly. I fully support multi-streaming. I know why people want to multi-stream. Me personally, for any fans that are out there, it's going to be rare that I multi-stream. Because I have multi-streamed, and it drives me nuts, because I do miss someone in Twitch chat, or if I follow Twitch chat, I'm missing someone in TikTok chat, or Kick, or what have you. I'm missing you guys. And to me, that's far more important. I would rather acknowledge you guys in my chat that we're doing, rather than worrying about monetizing 12 channels at the same time and being out there trying to stream to 5 million people. The 5 million people are going to be there no matter what, right? They're going to be there no matter what. And if they're with you on TikTok and they find out that you're streaming on Twitch the next day, I've watched it with Hottie with Shoddy. I've watched her communities, you know, hey, I'm not streaming TikTok tonight, I'm streaming Twitch. And I've watched those same people pop in the Twitch chat and say hi to her and all that stuff. So, you know, the fear of, you know, I'm going to miss people if I don't multi-stream, it's horseshit. Pardon my language. But I mean, you've got to focus on what makes you comfortable in what you're doing. And so for my struggles, for me, I feel it's best for me personally that I focus on one platform at a time when I'm streaming. So there's going to be times when I'm going to be TikTok only for a day, and then the next day I might do Twitch, or I might do Kick, or what have you. And that's just me personally. That's how I deal with the struggle, because for me the focus is, you know, I'm putting something out there that I want you to enjoy, but at the same time I want you to come back. I want you to know that you can come in here and have a conversation with me. You can ask me whatever you want. I don't care. I've paused my games numerous times when people ask me a question about a certain game. I've paused it, and it doesn't hurt me the slightest bit. I've blown games on Galaga just to talk to someone about something else, about Donkey Kong. It's more the fun of me sharing my experience, sharing these games with everyone out there, than it is to make money on the platform. So those are my struggles, and also having a kid that's a streamer. You know, you've got competition in your own. So, right. You know, it's one of those things where, and there was times too where I'm like, you know what, I'm probably not going to stream tonight because, you know, Hottie's streaming, or Iron Squrl streaming. You know, maybe I'm not going to stream. And then I thought to myself, no, you should just stream anyway because you want to stream, you want to have some fun, and you know, and that's so yeah. There's times when I don't feel like streaming one night because I'm tired from work or whatever. I just won't stream. And then there's other times where I was sitting there one evening and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna fire up some Donkey Kong real quick. I thought, you know what, let's just hit OBS and let's just stream this damn thing. And just out of the blue, I just
the damn thing.
Just streamed up there, yeah, and just had some fun with it and had a blast.
Hit the button.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it's all about. It's having fun. If you're not having fun doing what you're doing, then you're doing something wrong. You know.
And yeah, that was good stuff. And I get completely
Hopefully.
that anxiety of the chat and bombarded. Man, maybe we should analyze bombing people like that on their very first streams. Maybe
Yeah,
that's
'cause,
something
I'm
we need to
old,
start saving.
right? I'm old, so I don't have the
No, I can see
reflexes
where
that the new kids have. You know,
I can see for any new streamer day one, like
it's intimidating.
Lucid came in my first stream as in a Galaxy, and that about broke me because I missed it. I completely missed it, you know, and like I felt like horse shit, and I couldn't imagine having 20 people come in chat and bombarding you and missing stuff. Yeah, I could see. I might have talked to audio about that.
I mean, it makes good
It's
content
all
later
love.
on.
It's all love, though.
It is.
Like,
It is.
we're pulling
It
up
is.
to, you know.
And
to
you
show
learn from
support.
it. Like I learned from it by watching it. And again, I mean, it is a made-for-TV moment. Like you said, when you drop a Galaxy on someone, you know, it is fun to just a gift in general to someone, and you catch them off guard. You know, and then it's like, okay, yeah, you know, and sometimes, you know, I'll pick on Dino Tamer Zach because his streams are. I love his streams. He's full of energy, and I love jumps.
Brother.
Exactly, I love jump scaring him. Like if he has jump scares going on and he's playing a scary game, he's already scared shitless to begin with. I mean, he's sitting there, he's like this, and you can wait till he's like not paying attention the slightest bit, and you just drop like a super GG or something, and just watch him just piss himself. And it is hilarious. It's a blast. But that's what it's all about, right? It's about it's about interacting with your community, with your channel, your chat, and that's what makes it kind of fun and exciting. And you know, did it mess him up in the game? Yeah, but we had fun with it, and that's what this is all about: is have fun. If you're not having fun, then I'm not sure why you're doing it. And it doesn't matter how old you are. I'm old as dirt, and I'm having fun doing streaming. You know, you new kids in 2030 watching this video for the first time, I'm old. You can still stream in your 50s. It's perfectly normal. It's perfectly fine. One day you'll be on a podcast too. Who knows?
Yeah, right. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
What else you want to know about? We covered pretty much everything, right? You want to talk about the
one we didn't cover was video game and VHS rentals.
Yeah. So I mean,
I remember being so excited to go rent a movie, and
you could rent a movie and
rent a game.
What's a VHS?
Yeah, VHS is a VHS tape. Yeah, Blockbuster. Be kind. Rewind.
But you were talking about the HD DVD versus or whatever the hell it was. The HD
Blu-ray.
Yeah.
That reminded me of. I remember going and they had the beta section and the VHS.
VHS
section.
and beta. Yes,
I remember that when I was a kid.
It was the same thing. I
was super young. Yeah, I was probably. I had to have been younger than 8 years old because that's when we moved to Washington State. So it was when I was younger than 8.
See, you never saw the laser discs, like the big discs that had the movies on them. Okay, yeah, so they had those. Yeah.
They had the carts with the big ass TVs in school. They'd wheel them into the room.
AV carts,
laser disc players. Yeah.
Yes, you could go to a Blockbuster or whatever, and there'd be your movies and whatnot, and then there'd be a section for games, and you could, because the games at that time came on CDs, just like a movie came on a DVD. It was the same exact, the same medium, and you would just pick up a video game and you play on your PlayStation and return it.
Yep, Blockbuster.
That's all it was.
And then Blockbuster died, and along comes Redbox, and now Redbox is dead.
But you should have one out there, don't you? Out there in Washington. Isn't the last remaining Blockbuster out that way?
I have no idea. Not around me.
I think it is.
I think it is out there.
In the States somewhere. Yeah, you got
maybe.
Dude, you gotta go there.
Come on.
Come on, man.
If it's close by, can you go out there and take a picture in front of it and send it to us all?
Yeah, let me see where it's at.
Oh, yeah, Google that. So Blockbuster, that was later. Like Blockbuster
it was later, yeah.
Was like Walmart coming along for VHS. Like the mom and pop VHS stores were the wildest.
You did, yeah. Every corner had one, yeah. Everyone had a video rental.
Yep. Bend, Oregon.
Oregon, okay.
That's a little far. That's a little far for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a road trip for you though. If you're in the Seattle area.
Feel like Blockbuster that much?
Yeah, right.
I mean, it's the only one that's left. I mean, think about it.
A movie, goddamn.
I mean, I'm sorry if If a Radio Shack opens up tomorrow, I'll probably go down the street and see it because Radio Shack was really big too.
I miss Radio Shack. I miss Radio Shack.
Yeah, you used to have little things like this at Radio Shack all the time.
Yep. Just
so yeah, they were everywhere.
Like simple shit that you can't get anywhere else. You'd go to Radio Shack, you know. Like I need one LED light, you know.
Yep. Well, we didn't have Amazon back then. You know, Amazon didn't exist. FedEx and UPS didn't exist.
We had the actual mall's
mail.
Dead. You go to the store.
It is, unfortunately.
Now, and every other store is closed. You know?
Yep. It's sad, but I mean, you look at your stores today. They all started with the mom and pop shops, right? So you had your. We talked about the movie rental places. Like every neighborhood had like a video rental place in it, and it might have been huge. It might have been small, but it didn't matter. Just like the arcades, there's always an arcade somewhere. You then had the malls. The malls would come in, and then the mom and pop shops would slowly go away. Because you had the mall. Like, why travel to 5 different neighborhoods to 5 different stores? Well, I can go to the mall, and there's 50 stores right in that mall. And a movie theater, and an Aladdin's Castle. Like, it sold itself. It really did. So, and unfortunately, that's what killed most of the mom and pop shops. And they're all starting to come back, thankfully, as you have people that realize that the malls then would start just raising rent through the roof to the point where it's unfeasible to be there. You still have malls, don't get me wrong, they're there, but the malls back in the day, you had a couple anchor stores like a Sears, a Montgomery Ward maybe, and then it was all like small shops in between. Now your malls are like 5 huge stores and then maybe a couple little stores in between. So it's changed dramatically, and your stores now are like, you know, everywhere there's a Starbucks in a parking lot of a little like mini mall, a little shopping plaza, and those shopping plazas are everywhere now. So it's kind of shifting. But at the same time, that makes it a perfect spot to put an arcade up, you know?
5 hours, 41 minutes for me to get to Blockbuster Video.
It's nothing.
That's doable.
5 hours, 41.
I can do that with my eyes closed.
Jeez, that could be...
I just Google Maps it, you know?
I could be in Martinsville.
You drive a little bit slower, so it'll probably take you 7 hours. I'll get there in about 3.
I can drive to Martinsville in about 6 hours, so that's like 6 hours south of me.
That look.
I was going to drop a mom joke right there, but I decided not to. I'm being an adult today.
Yeah, I think she's watching.
You could TikTok live it, though, in front of the last remaining Blockbuster.
Right, yeah. I'd get 4 views like normal.
I'd be there. I'd watch it. 100% I'd watch it.
That's what I said. Remember when Netflix was by DVD by mail? I think I only did that once
Yeah,
or twice.
yeah.
Like I didn't do that very much.
Yeah,
I did
I had it for a
Gamefly.
while.
Gamefly.
It's Gamefly. Yes.
Gamefly was so expensive, though. I remember
was.
it being like ridiculously expensive.
Columbia House Records.
They'd always get me to buy the game.
Yes.
You know, like I would keep it extra, and I would just end up buying the game.
And you'd probably pay a little bit more than if you just went and bought the game. But you had so much time invested in it.
Amelia.
Is that Gothic Kitten? I think it is.
Oh.
I think I recognize that profile picture. I can't.
If you want to go back in time, I could talk about the Atari patches real quick. I'm not sure how we are on time, if we're still good. But if you want to talk about Atari patches, yeah. So we talked about world records, right, with Twin Galaxies. So with the Atari 2600, I believe, I can't remember how this came about, but at some point you could get a score on your TV, take a picture of it, and send it into Atari, and they would mail you a patch. Now, in my generations, we had what were called jean jackets. You wore your jeans as a coat, right? Instead of as pants, you wore them as a coat, right? And that you would have those sewn onto your jean jacket. I never did sew them on my jean jacket because I always had like a White Snake or a Motley Crue patch on the back because I was a metalhead back then.
Damn.
But
okay.
But we had a cabinet in the house and it had like a stack of patches. That was like the cool thing, was to send these patches. But the reason I'm bringing it up is when you talk about like today's technology, right? So everything's on my phone. I can take a picture on my phone. Heidi with Shawty lives in Florida. I can send her this picture instantaneously off my phone to her in Florida, and she has it. These Atari patches, they were on a 35mm camera. So a 35mm camera was your manual wind camera. You took a picture, right? And there was like maybe 20 pictures on that roll of film. If it was picture number 1 for my game of Kaboom that I want a patch for, I had to wait till Mom took 19 more pictures on that film.
Yeah, right.
Then you went to Kmart, and Kmart had a photo kiosk thing where you would take the film out of the camera, put it in an envelope, put your name on it, drop it in like a mailbox thing.
Then wait a week.
All of a sudden, You get the call from Kmart, hey, your pictures are in, come get them. You go into Kmart, you go to the photo counter, you give them your last name, and here's your pack of pictures. And you fumble through, and shit, I blinked on that one. Oh, I can't do that one. Or the TV, maybe there's a glare on the TV. It's like, can't use that one. But if you could do it, then you literally took that picture, and you would put it in an envelope and mail it to an address to Atari, and a few weeks later, this patch shows up in the mail for that game that you played.
Oh, wow.
So that was the cool thing to do, was as you're buying these games for the Atari 2600, if you achieved a certain score, you could get a patch for that game, and then you could collect those patches.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you have any patches?
I have a feeling. I've got a feeling it's still at my parents' house. I think. I don't know. I gotta find them.
Got all the patches.
If I find them, they're gonna be in this room. Eventually, if I find them, I'll have a picture or something made up here, and I'll put them all in there, and it'll be like on the wall back here because I had a bunch of them.
You know, it's a good podcast when I go for a second pour.
There you go.
Very many times.
You know what's absolutely driving me nuts is
what's that?
On my screen, my camera, I'm looking to the middle right now. But on the live, I'm looking to the outside.
You're looking like this. This is what I see when I see you like this.
Yeah.
This is how I used to stream, just like this. I used to look out this way.
It's
thanks for joining my stream.
Live, but it's not in my I
keep looking at myself. So like right now, I'm looking at myself. This is when I'm looking at Negly, and this is when
I keep looking back and forth this way because I'm in the middle on my screen, but you guys are over here.
So right now, I'm looking at you guys.
No, you're not.
I am, but it looks like I'm looking off to the side, right?
You gotta move your camera.
Like, what the hell?
You gotta move your screen.
It's absolutely driving me nuts. It's driving me nuts.
Maybe
I'm just trying to stare at the camera.
Bourbon, but that jean jacket story from Negly and the rock and roll, everybody's seen Minecraft, right? I'm instantly picturing this Momoa character. That was Negly in the 80s. What was his name? The Trash Man? You've seen it, right? Okay. Yeah, that's Negly. Jean jacket. Did you have like a Firebird or a Camaro with T-tops?
No. I didn't. My first car was a 1980 Mustang, and it was a hatchback.
Well, hell yeah.
Yeah, and then my first, what I'll call like real car, was a 1970 Nova that I had better part of like 15 years.
A Nova, that's it.
A Nova,
in
yeah.
A jean jacket. Woo.
Yeah.
Woo.
My first car was a 1980 Honda Civic, and it was awesome.
Yeah, those are good cars.
Yeah, those were the days. You could work on a car back then.
Carbureted, baby.
Yeah.
I remember the throttle cable used to always break. So I would wire that thing wide open to get home, and I would just turn the car off and coast because it was a manual, So once it would start to get up there, I'd just turn it off and coast, and I'd start it back up, get back up there, I'd turn it off, coast. That's how I got home. And then I'd have to go to the junkyard and get a new throttle cable.
I've had mufflers fall off that 80 Mustang. I'd end up selling the Mustang because you guys are familiar with the Flintstones, right? And I know I'm dating myself quite a bit, but you seen the Flintstones, right? And the little, yeah. Well, I had that 1980 Mustang my feet were going through the floor, so it wouldn't pass inspection at that point.
Nice.
Yeah. Plus, when it rained and I hit puddles, my feet would get wet, so I had to get rid of it. And then I had kids, so I got rid of the Nova. I know. But now I drive an Xterra, and I love it. So I've had an Xterra now for 13, 14 years. Just broke 100,000 miles on it, so I'm happy with it.
Nice.
I've
got a Tacoma,
good
and I absolutely love it.
A good image for what? The Nova?
Jason Momoa.
I mean, you laugh at so Minecraft is super popular with people, right? That was basically Atari graphics back in the day. Yeah. Everything was all blocks. It was pixel blocks everywhere. It's funny that I see people rave about this game, and I laugh my ass off because it's you have Call of Duty that's realistic mouth movements and everything, but we still like a game called Minecraft, which is just cartoon blocks. It's like a Lego set.
Looks like Minecraft to me.
Yeah.
Now,
Let's see. Here's my first attempt. I don't think I've ever tried to share. Let's see if it works out. Bam. So
my hair wasn't that long, and I didn't have I didn't have a beard until I was an adult. But yeah, I mean, if you picture him, I had the Oakleys just like he had. Yeah, I could. I'm sure in the photo vault in my parents' house, there's probably a picture of me in a jean jacket.
Heck yes.
Yeah.
I had to. I wasn't going to let it go until
no, that's fine.
I put that image out there. That's what was running through my head. I was like, I know exactly what Negly looked like in the 80s.
Yep. Well, I mean, the mullets are coming back, right? All the kids have these mullets now. That was normal for me. That was normal. That was a normal haircut. That's why it's like this right now, because I had that mullet. It stretched all my hair back that way, so that's why it came up here.
Gotcha.
That what's happening to me.
Yeah.
I never had
I've been this way for a long time, but let me tell you, I had no problems getting alcohol at a younger age because of this. This allowed me to, get away with a lot more shit when I was a kid.
I had a mohawk for a while. But
I
never spiked it, but it was shaved up to here, and then it grew to my shoulders. I had it shaved with bleached tips for a while. I had it shaved with the red tips for a while. I had it shaved with black tips for a while. Bleach on the bottom, black on top, all kinds of crazy shit.
No, the only time my hair's ever changed is right here.
And now it's bald.
Because I'm getting old.
Yeah, me too. Got some gray going on.
Yeah, this is the only hair color change I've ever had. It's always been that color.
I never take my hat off.
Iron Squirrel's going to be shaving his beard soon. Just saying.
Is that coming up?
Hopefully soon.
Death Note hits 50 subs. I think I said I'd go to a goatee. I wasn't fully shaven.
You got to shave everything and just leave this.
Yeah, Fu Manchu. That's a Fu Manchu, right? Yeah, Fu Manchu.
I'm not streaming until it grows back. In the podcast, I'll just wear a bag on my head.
Why?
Do it. You should. You should wear it.
Because I don't like the way I look. The last time I shaved 5 years ago, I looked at myself in the mirror. I wiped my face off, and I was like, "Oh God!" I was like, "What happened to my face?"
I got a whiteboard for a forehead, and I'm still streaming.
I was like, "Where did all these chins come from?"
You can write shit on my head. I still stream.
Yeah, you should just write. You should write the name of whoever subs on your every stream. Just throw their name on there.
I was thinking googly eyes, and you can go
I might do a retro stream. I might try to find some old clothes and just the trucker hat and stuff like that. I was thinking about doing that one time.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Get a jean jacket. Hell, the jean jacket might be in my parents' attic for all I know.
Yeah,
everything's up there.
Sweet, dude. I think you should.
I'm gonna try to find if I can find this. I mean, the pictures. I mean, Hollywood Shawty has seen my parents' photo album, so she knows the photo album archive, and she's seen some of my photos. So they do exist.
I should have had her submit some embarrassing photos of you.
That would have been awesome.
Yeah. Well, she could send them real quick, and I can make it happen.
She doesn't have any.
There's some out there.
Here's the problem: is I have. But she knows that her dad has some of her that she does not release.
Oh, that's true.
Let's just put it this way, and if she's still in chat right now, I'll say Halloween. I'm a big Halloween person. My front yard of my house is all Halloween, and so my kids growing up, you had no choice. You had to love Halloween.
I think you and Death Note just become best friends.
Awesome. Oh, I mean, I might have a picture here. If I can find a picture, I'm not gonna.
Man.
No, of Halloween.
Okay. I was like, is he gonna put the embarrassing picture up? Is he gonna do this?
Even named her cat Halloween, I believe.
My screen's not sharing right now, is it? All right, good. Because I passed one of those photos that she would not want to have shared.
You have to click the share button at the bottom and then decide what you want to share.
That's Christmas, though.
It gives you a preview of what it is, too. Surely, this program, by the way, Lucid, in the meantime, if you want to talk about is a Riverview, right? Because I had some questions about people
Riverside.
Riverside.
Yeah. Super cool program. I mean, it's super easy to use. Anyone could figure it out, really. There's not much to it. The only thing I don't like is I can't set up YouTube better. You know what I'm saying? I can't add the thumbnail and everything like I do normally, but I can go back and upload separately, I guess, and then the live stays live, and then the podcast edited version will upload as a video on the podcast.
Very cool.
Yeah, but this program does all the editing for me. It cuts all the ums and theys and does out that you don't want. All the pauses, cuts that out. It's supposed to fix the audio, equalize, normalize audio. It's supposed to get rid of background noise and the whole nine. So
Beautiful.
and it
Gotcha.
actually records everything in the cloud, so I don't have anything stored on my machine. All the TikToks that I post from the podcast, those are all AI generated clips from this program as of the last 2 weeks. It does it all. I might go in and add captions. That's about it. And those are even auto generated. And another thing it does, if I want to do certain things, it records, like it's recording all three of our cameras individually. It's recording all three of our audio tracks individually. It's recording every screen share individually. So right now it shows a percentage. Like I can look at what all of our percentages are. Right now I'm at 90% uploaded. So it uploads as we go. And like,
Oh, I see it up there right now too. Yeah.
so whatever percentage. So once we're done here, don't close the browser until that's 100%.
Gotcha.
But it all uploads to the cloud. Then it will process, and then I can go through and do whatever I want with it. And yeah, it makes it super easy. There's probably a lot of stuff I can do that I haven't done yet. And it's actually, for what you get, it's super affordable. Because if you look at some of these other programs like Opus Clip and all that, that are just pretty much for making shorts, those are pretty much the same price as this program. Or if you look at, like, I think you can multi-stream on this to up to like 15 places. So if you look at like a paid restream, you're looking at some money there. Plus, if you're looking at, Opus Clip, that's $20 a month, or depending on how much you want to upload or send to it, and you can only do like hour clips there. Yeah, so I mean, for the money, this isn't bad at all. And you can add, like every time I set it up, I added my brand, they call it. So you can see the podcast logos up there. The background stays the same. All the colors stay the same. And I can change that as I want. So it's super intuitive, super easy to use. And I think it looks way better. Everything, like the stream is in 1080p, but when I upload later, everything is saved in 4K. So when I upload it, it's in 4K. That's why the uploads look so much better than the stream.
I like how crisp the audio is too. The audio is very crisp. I mean, it sounds so good coming through here.
Yeah, it sounds way better. Like it sounded like trash the way we were doing it before. That was my biggest complaint. And Squrl's camera looked like trash before, but doing it this way, it looks way better. And especially the uploads look 100 times better because we're actually getting that 4K video and able to upload it in 4K. So yeah, it looks a lot better.
Just like anything, any craft will keep getting better.
Absolutely.
Streaming, podcasting, what we do.
Yeah.
I like the fact that it's live. I mean, I've said that a million times to a bunch of different people.
Yeah.
Like, you guys do this live. This isn't like post-processing, like a Joe Rogan show or what have you. This is like raw. I mean, that's what I love about it is watching you two talk. It's 100% raw.
And this program even has, like, we could go in and we could set up scripts and it would be like teleprompter on the screen, but like we'll get on and, hey, what do you want to talk about this week? I don't know. We usually figure it out the day before, and then we'll put together just so I can come up with a title and description for the video, and or we'll get on like 20 minutes before we go live, usually, or an hour at the most. And if we have a guest, usually it's an hour just so we can go over what we're going to talk about, but usually we don't know anything until the time we hit go live, for the most part. We just totally wing it. So
yeah,
it's working.
Yeah, well.
You're 11 episodes in, right?
Oh, it's the 9 episodes we did prior to using the new program. I didn't have a single technical issue. And now 2 weeks in a row.
Right.
Like,
So, by the way, if you guys are looking for episode 4 was removed off of Spotify due to some kind of copyright bullshit, because apparently Spotify is more strict than YouTube. Even though YouTube is okay with the music I use, Spotify wasn't. Whatever that video used, whatever music was used in that video, they didn't like it, so that was removed from Spotify. So removing it from Spotify removed it from every other platform. So episode 4 is the only one, as far as I know, that was removed. So that's the only one that's not on every other platform, but it is still on YouTube. So if you're looking for episode 4 in particular, I don't even remember what we talked about in that one. I think that I don't remember, but
I can't remember what I said 45 minutes.
Yeah. But the best part is you can go back and watch. Like, I've tried to catch up. I've missed a few episodes, but
right, yeah, they're all there.
I wanted to try to watch as many as I could prior to today, just to get kind of a feel for how things are going. And you can see a change from episode 1 to today. I mean, it's not saying episode 1's bad, but when you look back and learn from things, when you look at what you did at episode 1 and all the stuff that you've changed up to now,
right?
I mean, episode 100, I can't wait to see what that looks like, because you can see it. Well, it's pretty cool.
Like I always say, you got to start cringe, right? Whatever you do, you're going to start cringe. Like I tell everybody that's starting to stream, you're going to start cringe. Just hit go live. Like if you look back at my early TikToks, they were the most cringe freaking clips you'll ever see. Like complete garbage, and you learn from you just keep learning, and you're only going to get better. And
it is, but it makes you unique too, because going to that stream 1, you can tell this is a live. This isn't like,
right.
This isn't some fancy multi-million-dollar post-production, podcast thrown out there. This is the real deal. Like right. It is like you say, the retro, right? I mean,
well, and I plan on one of these days, Squrl and I are going to meet in person, and we're going to do a live podcast.
Hell yeah.
We're going to do a live podcast.
Can you do it in front of Blockbuster?
Yeah, Squrl, come on up. We'll go to Blockbuster.
Just saying.
Do a podcast.
I have an idea, too. I want to try to do a meta podcast like that one I sent you that Mark Zuckerberg and Lex Friedman did. It was the very first ever meta podcast, and so it actually, in our headsets, Lucid will be in front of me talking to me, and the character, something with these headsets, like it scanned the like facial recognition, like it looks very photorealistic, like he's going to be right there with me. So we're gonna give that a try one day.
Girl's gonna try and kiss me. You watch.
I might. I can grab that beard.
Get off my beard. No, Squrl. Bad Squrl.
Yeah, so can you put a virtual background behind you?
They were in a black room. I don't know, Lucid, if you watched it, but I sent it to you. You said you watched parts or something.
I don't think I did. I don't know. Okay. I've been so fucking busy. Like I haven't streamed once this week. I don't think.
It's pretty cool. Lex Friedman podcast. It's on YT and Spotify, but if you just search Lex Friedman, Mark Zuckerberg, you'll see the very first ever. It was last year. It was the very first podcast ever conducted in the metaverse, and it was pretty cool.
I'll tell you what, since I bought this thing, that's my first real experience with like an actual VR headset. Cause I've had VR headsets before that like come with your cell phone. You know what I'm talking about? They put your phone in and then you got like VR. This is like a whole nother level. This is insanity. This is crazy. Like I'm standing in my living room putting it together that's floating in front of me in my living room. It's insane. Like, what do they call it? Mixed reality is crazy. And then I'll go through a porthole and I'm in like another universe chasing robots around. And then I'll go through another one and I'm back in my room putting together a robot like on my coffee table. It's insane.
That's
wild. You can see your surroundings and then you could be dragged. It's kind of like those sci-fi movies you've seen where they had holograms and like, you could take your hands, not even the controllers, your hands, pinch the screen and drag it out and then take it and move it and be moving stuff around in your
it's like Iron Man, like you're Tony Stark moving the screens around.
Yeah.
Shit. That's what it's like.
With Jarvis. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I'm surprised you're gonna find a Jarvis and you're gonna do the Iron Man thing. I can see it. Yes. Yep. I'm sure it's out there. Like you're building your Iron Man suit, moving the shit around, and yeah.
Riley says he'll be there for that one, guys. We love the folks that do get the chance to tune in live, and knowing that many of you are streamers, it's hard to work in your schedule. So we absolutely do adore you and appreciate you for it. But
hell yeah,
I've heard in recent weeks, like the amount of people that say they went back and listened to one live because they weren't here. Like that just still blows my mind. Squirrel Master told me today. I wish if he was still in chat. He was telling me how somebody random that I'm not even super familiar with was talking about our podcast and how he is listening to all of them. And I was like, what? Really? Because I often forget. I think about here and now, like the live part, but I forget about it being there available on Spotify or YouTube Music or on YouTube to play on your TV or on Apple Music. All those places people could just be driving along listening, and it just blows my mind. So.
Once again, guys, if you guys are playing this back, we are live every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 Pacific Standard Time on YouTube. And then usually the day after or 1 or 2 days after, we will have the video uploaded to YouTube as well, and the video to Spotify, as well as the audio to Amazon Music, Spotify, Apple Music, and basically everywhere you consume podcasts, we are there. You can catch us anytime you want. So, I mean, we haven't got a lot of hits on those other platforms yet, but we're new. It's like week 2 since we started those, so
You'll get there.
yeah.
You'll get there.
I mean, YouTube though. I mean, YouTube's easy. I mean, if you got YouTube Music, we're on there too. So it automatically, I have it set up so it goes automatically to YouTube Music. But you'll find it in the live section on the channel, and then you'll find it in the podcast section on the channel. And I believe they also come up on the main video feed as well. So yeah, and don't forget to hit that like button. Smash the button.
Absolutely.
Smash the button. Smash the button.
Oh, Nick Merckx. How many views are it? Like that YouTube short, it was like 1,500 views. Smash it.
Yeah, crazy. Yeah, I think that was my most.
If you hashtag Nick Merckx, evidently that works. Like it probably drives views.
Right? Like let me go look here. Let me look at some analytics real quick.
I feel like as we've started to wind down, Negly, think about, I feel like it's an interview question. I know I've asked this question in interviews before. Is there anything we haven't asked you that you'd like to discuss? Think about that.
I mean, it's tough. No, I think we've pretty much covered everything. It's wild from my perspective, and obviously you guys aren't in my brain, but to get to watch the technology evolve and the gaming evolve and how you interact evolve, it's mind blowing. It's so wild that just in general how we used to play when we talked about LAN parties and stuff, and now here's the three of us,
all over the country.
You're on the West Coast, I'm on the East Coast, Iron Squrl, I think you're even below I am in the United States. We're all sitting here like live talking to each other real time. You can see our faces, you can hear our voices. There's people interacting with us in chat. Like, that stuff didn't exist in the 80s. This didn't exist in the 80s.
Right.
You know what I mean? Your phone was mounted on the wall of your house.
My kid doesn't even know what a payphone is. Never seen a payphone.
I don't know if Hottie's still in chat, but she has a Chrome tab and I'll leave the person anonymous. But it's the big joke that we have when we stream together with others from the community is there are certain people that she has no idea who they are. And I just say, I'm sorry, I didn't raise her the right way. But she has a Chrome tab for an individual that I could have swore she would have known because he was one of my favorite sports guys while she was in this house. And she was like, I don't know who that person is. And I'm just like, how? Like how is that? So I put a Chrome tab on there for her. So every time she opens Chrome, she sees that person. And I always threaten her whenever we're playing Repo or something. And I'll be like, you keep it up, there's going to be another Chrome tab. Yeah.
So here for the people, go ahead, Lucid.
Here you go, Squrl. The number one YouTube short was Mouse and Key. The Mouse and Key is Spirit. Yeah, that one, 1,625 views.
I thought I was gonna get roasted by people. I was like, he's setting me up to get my ass kicked. Like all these keyboard mouse people are gonna come after me.
Smash the button got 1,285.
Nice. Smash it. I guess this question for the three of us, because it still blows my mind to think somebody could be watching this 5 and 20 years from now. I don't know. What would you tell them? What would you tell your family, your great grandkids if they see it, your children?
Yeah, that's a tough one. I don't even know how to answer that question.
By the time my grandkids see this is going to be so obsolete. It's going to be like us talking about Atari. You know what I mean?
To my future,
like, very.
4090. Oh my God, what is that? Yeah, you know what I mean?
That's right.
4090.
Your great grandfather did play video games.
Yeah, right.
That's probably what I would say. No, because who knows 50 years from now what the gaming industry is going to be like. You guys already prove you have VR right now. I mean, look at how VR has gone. You have AI out there now. I mean, I'm actually kind of excited for what games are going to be like 10 years from now.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm excited to
know
what
knows?
the future holds. Imagine if your great grandfather or grandmother had the ability to do what we're doing right now. What would you have wanted to hear from them? The script?
Yeah, flip the script. That's a great question.
I'll tell my great grandkids from the future, or just the friend or family. I don't know you yet, but I love you.
Exactly. Yeah, for sure.
Still an awesome place.
Hopefully, video games still exist because it brings families together.
This is not in the ocean.
The Ring of Fire.
Yeah, I mean,
if aliens do eventually come out you'll know that I was a pioneer.
That's true.
Squrl was the first one that got probed. Squrl was the first one that got probed.
They could be like your next door neighbor 30 years from now. And like I was talking about, everybody's making fun of me, bullying me.
Maybe there's aliens watching right now. Maybe they've tapped into a satellite right now, and they're watching us right now.
They're watching the Lucid Squrl podcast.
Exactly.
Aliens, yeah.
They could be. You never know.
Like these
you never know.
Jesus.
Or we could be on some capsule somewhere on some spaceship going to some faraway planet. You know,
I think it's like the Matrix.
They just happen to pick this podcast.
The right color pill, you know, and wake the hell up. You know what I mean?
Simulation theory.
Yep.
Yeah, I think we always say it too. I think there's a lot of folks that as we do this in chat and people that listen to it, if you ever want to be a future guest, Lucid and I try to do a guest every 2 weeks. And, you know, as we look further and further out, it's for me, I suck at future planning, like months ahead of time. But yeah, I definitely want to keep throwing that out there every episode. Just remind folks, if you do have interest in wanting to be on, you know, reach out to us.
I had a great time.
Next one, 2 weeks. Next one in 2 weeks. Death Note. You're up. You're up.
I've had some chats with Riley too. I want to get him on here. That's going to be a future one we line up. Hopefully, Riley, if you're still listening, we can line you up for the one after Death Note. And after that, more and more people. Return guests, Zach, Negly, always welcome back, of course.
I know Rebel wants to come back.
Rebel X wants to come back on.
I'm happy to be here. I mean, honest, I remember vividly the stream when you asked me about it, and I was like caught off guard of like, holy crap, like it was wild. And I'm not gonna lie, I've up until about 6:45 today, I was nervous as can be about this thing because it's again, but you guys made it for the future people that are thinking about being on the show. You guys made it so comfortable to, you know, that pregame before doing this whole thing was great. Get something, you know, we can laugh together, you know, outside of the stuff. You guys really made it very comfortable for me to come out here and do this, and you guys have a special gift, whether you know it or not. I mean, it's for anybody thinking of doing this and you're nervous about doing this, just do it. Just rip the Band-Aid off. Come do it. These guys are incredible. They will take care of you.
Well,
it's been a blast. I am honored to be a guest on this show anytime in the future. You know,
you were fantastic. You were absolutely professional. I would have thought you've been interviewed 100 times,
right?
With his
not really
famous person,
very well spoken, very choiceful, selective words, very well thought out. So no nerves at all. So just
maybe it's the streaming.
I apologize. I'm super low energy today. I'm getting I got like 3 hours of sleep. So I'm just out of it. You can tell from my eyes; they're all red.
I'm the guest, so I'm supposed to do all the talking anyway. That's fine. But no, I in all honesty, I mean, thank you guys for having me part of this show. This was great. This was a lot of fun. Like I said, I've told people before, I love this podcast because it's real. It is raw. You guys are down to earth. You talk about all kinds of stuff. It is not scripted. That's what makes this podcast so unique and so fun, and I know so enjoyable. When those people in 2030 do scope through whatever platform is out there, they're going to think the same thing because you guys you're true to life. You're real. There's no like artificial anything in this podcast. So keep doing the good work. You guys are doing a good job.
Yeah, appreciate that, man.
Yeah, it means a hell of a lot. It means a hell of a lot, Negly. And next time you're on, you better be a world record holder for excitement.
Yeah, right.
I'll live stream it.
Hell yeah.
I'll make it. I'll make it known that's what I'm going for. I still got some more practice I got to do. I will get it though. And that's my goal.
With all that said, chat, we are completely unscripted and raw. So if there's anything you guys want to talk about, bring it up. If there's any questions you have for us regarding whatever, if we can help you, we will. And that's why we started this thing. The initial intent for starting this was to help out with streaming and tech and that kind of thing. And it's gone all over the place now. So we're kind of just all over the place. And I think that works for us. It's just whatever, you know. So anything you guys need, that's what we're here for. I think Squrl, it feels the same way I do, you know. We're here for the community. So yeah.
1000%.
For sure. I can't wait for episode 12. Pressure's on.
Yeah, I mean, we like, what are we gonna talk about next week? Like all week long. What are we talking about? I don't know.
Figure it out.
Yeah,
figure it out.
Yeah, like next week it's just us. Okay, so hey, how's your week?
I know tomorrow I'm gonna be cussing Verizon's ass again.
There you go.
Like, God damn it, I'm a famous podcast maker.
You need to come up.
Have my internet fucking cut out anymore.
Squirrel, you need to come with a goddamn story time. It's
You
your
guys can.
turn.
I mean, I would love to know next week, like why Antarctica has like bases for all the countries. Like, why is that a giant science experiment?
Right? That's where the
Right?
aliens are.
Well, maybe, I don't know.
That's where the pyramid is.
But chat, look it up. It's called the Antarctica Theory or Antarctica Treaty, and it's signed by a majority of the countries on this planet.
Can't go
for
there. Can't fly
peace
over.
and scientific research. Like, what are you researching? There's ice. Like,
They say they've got these
what is there?
rods that go down like miles into the ice, and they detect neutrinos because neutrinos can pass through all matter. Yeah, see, we can talk more about that, but yeah. They
Next
measure
week.
neutrinos there.
That's where Alien versus Predator took place. You remember?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Do you want to build a snowman?
Yeah.
Or build a pyramid. That's
Yes,
another
there is a
discussion.
pyramid under the ice. I showed it, last week before? So I don't know.
I think it was, yeah.
They did.
Yep. It's there.
Verizon does not break for squirrels in 2038.
I have Verizon and my service has been pretty good, so.
We probably won't have Verizon or
fortunate.
AT&T in 2038. I think by then Jeff Bezos will have taken everything over.
Or Elon.
Starlink,
Elon.
yeah,
It's
Starlink.
going to be Elon and Jeff.
If Starlink was better, I would have Starlink. If Starlink was faster. You know what I mean?
But it will be one day. Remember, DSL came out.
Yeah.
And the technology existed for broadband, but you didn't know that. So you had DSL where you can limit the rate, and now you got gigabit speeds going to the house. And I'm sorry, there isn't an appliance in here that's going to run on gigabit speeds. You're never going to use all that bandwidth, but
Right. No. But it would be nice to have.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's only next is 10 gig, then 100 gig, and
But I can only download as fast as the server I'm downloading from anyway.
That's
You know what
correct.
I mean?
That is correct.
Mm-hmm.
If I have 10 gig internet and I can only download it, 1 gig, what's the point of having 10 gig? Really? I prefer having more upload speed, honestly, for multi-streaming and that kind of thing. I need more upload speed. And I think I have a gig down in like 400 up or something, which is plenty for everything I'm doing.
I just
The
wanted
problem
to
I
not
have
cut
is
up.
my internet likes to reset all the time.
What is that? I mean, that's got to stop. It's not cool for a streamer or for a podcast. I knew it was only a matter of time before it lined up. Like, eventually it was going to screw something up.
Well, mine just reset today at 3 o'clock, so it usually does it at like 2 in the morning as well. So I don't know. Or like, I don't know. I don't even know.
Mine seems to go like every 13 hours. So like it, eventually it cycles back around to this prime time of 8 o'clock.
Right when Squirrel's about to make his big friggin' intro, boom.
It was so good. It was so good. So good.
I'm like, did he freeze up or did my internet die? Because, yeah.
No, you're frozen.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all right.
Yeah, you were like this.
I filled in for you temporarily.
It was good. It was so good.
I made sure Lucid wasn't by himself again, because you left him hanging the last
Thank
time.
God, yeah. Thank God.
My
Couldn't
big
let it happen
announcement
again.
is you left me hanging.
Dude, that hurt my soul.
That helped me, though. That helped me get more comfortable with the whole podcast thing, too, of you bailing on us, and then I filled in. So that helped me a lot, because I knew it was unscripted and we were good. So that... I hate to say it, but thank you for rebooting your machine. So that helped me out a lot.
You get into an outro now. We can all just freeze. All right. I think we're winding this thing down. We just gotta go to work.
Yeah, I gotta get some food, go to work. I'm not particularly hungry, but I probably should eat.
Call out.
I would love to. I really want to, but I can't. Sadly.
Bad influence.
Yeah, you are.
But we can play Battlefield.
I know. That doesn't come out till tomorrow. It's early access for the people that bought the game, get it a day early or whatever.
We could play Fortnite.
No, we can't. No. You got me to play Fortnite like twice, I think. Once or twice. Yeah, I'm good. I did it. I even streamed it, I think, didn't I?
He says call out. There we go. Call outs in chat.
Call out.
Call outs in chat.
Call out. No, you guys are bad influences.
Awesome conversations, Negly. Absolutely awesome.
Thank you. Again, thank you for having me. It was a blast. I had a lot of fun.
Hell yeah. Appreciate you. Come back anytime.
Yeah. You guys want help with emulators?
I do.
I'll
Yeah,
help you out.
I think I'm gonna need one. So,
right.
I'll probably go the PC route. Then I can just stream it off my PC. Yeah, I just don't know where to find anything and what's safe. And there's some,
That's the big thing, is finding the stuff that's saved.
right.
And there's sites that you can purchase the cards that have it on it too. You just gotta be careful.
Yeah. So, yeah, the easier the better. You know what I mean? And I can't imagine. Yeah, the emulator's free. I don't know how much it costs to buy like the 1,000 games or whatever.
I don't know. I got mine 20 years ago, so I didn't pay nearly as much as what you'd probably pay today.
Yeah. Even buying the systems that come with it all, they aren't that much.
No.
So, I mean...
And it's pretty much the same thing. It really is.
Right. Okay. Cool. All right. Well, I think that is all she wrote.
Yeah. Awesome podcast. Awesome conversation.
Thank you.
All right. Till the next
one. It was good.
Don't forget, guys. Wait. Negly 97, TikTok, Twitch, Kick. Just like you see it on the screen. That's one of these two places somewhere. It's somewhere.
It's somewhere there. Somewhere.
Modulated.
It's somewhere around here.
You know where to find me.
Drop him a follow. And if not, I'll be sharing them out tremendously when he goes live.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
All right, guys. Till the next one. Peace out.